has changed. Still got my number, still got my name. Tell everybody I'm back in the game. This is my time, faster than ever, hungry and I'm going to come back and take what is mine, bigger and better. It's a new dawn, it's a new day. Some things are different, but nothing has changed. Still got my number, still got my name. Tell everybody I'm back in the game. Saddle, cut to the chase. I ain't somebody who stays in one place. Ready to go, I'm coming to play. You better know I still got something to say. It's a new dawn, it's a new day. Some things are different, but nothing has changed. Still got my number, still got my name. Tell everybody I'm back in the game. Never lay down, never give up. I am a fighter. I'm a fighter. I'm a survivor. Even if I fall, I'll be up again, 'cause I'm a fighter. I am a fighter. I'm a survivor. Never lay down, never give up. I am a fighter. Attack, skies going black, sirens are sounding, I'm screaming, I'm shouting, I'm breaking the silence at last. This is my life, and I'm coming to take it back. Not over yet, ain't gonna quit, no matter what. Never lay down, never give up. I am a fighter. I'm a fighter. I'm a survivor. Even if I fall, I'll be up again, 'cause I'm a fighter. I am a fighter. I'm a survivor. match I couldn't handle. No one else could ever hold a candle. Get ready for a battle, 'cause you know that I was born for this. I was born for this. Never met a match I couldn't handle. No one else could ever hold a candle. Get ready for a battle, 'cause you know I was born. I tell you I was born for this. Ain't nothing gonna stop me now. I was born for this.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and we welcome you to coverage of Championship 4 for the Northwest Racing Series Truck Playoffs. This is iRacing on LSRTV and on the Community Radio Network, and it feels like a real race broadcast setting. If you look behind us, we're on location at Florence Motor Speedway in preparation of the 30th running of the NASCAR-sanctioned Charlie Powell Memorial South Carolina 400 weekend. I am Wesley Outland. Terry Radford is alongside. We've been covering with Finish Line all day. Archives, replays are available. Have you had fun, Terry?
I've had a good time, and you know what makes it even
It's
better?
only day one.
What did I tell you yesterday that I was more excited to do?
Being
To
up
call
here.
the Northwest Truck Series Championship race right here on top of this, and there's a backdrop back here. We talked to the owners of the racetrack today to get the lights turned on. You got the NASCAR Weekly Series there. You got the victory lane right behind us. Start-finish line. We've had haulers out here all day long, and there's more haulers than we thought we would see on a Thursday.
That's right.
There was 50, 60-plus drivers out here ready to practice, ready for the peel draw tomorrow, ready for more practice tomorrow morning. There were people out here until about 20, 30 minutes ago working on their cars. The AK guys were out there working on their cars. There's a whole lot of mess going on back here behind me, and it's going to get even crazier tomorrow.
It's going to be really, really fun. They always tell you not to turn your back to your audience, but I had to because it's about what's outside there. Terry Radford is alongside. I'm the man in the middle, or the mayor of iRacing on LSRTV, as they've called me. And my good friend Mark Turner from South Carolina, from the Arkham Series, East-West Series official, as well as with NASCAR, is joining us. He'll be a part of the officiating staff. But you like broadcasting. You've done announcing before. This is your first iRacing broadcast tonight, right, Mark?
This is my first iRacing broadcast. When I woke up this morning, I didn't anticipate I'd be doing this, but it's definitely an honor. I'm excited. And you talk about championship night. You talk about the anticipation behind us.
Yeah.
I mean, the excitement leading up to the 400 weekend. I mean, it's just there. The tension, the excitement. You cut it with a knife. It's the same thing with championship night here with the Northwest Truck Racing Series. I mean,
he even nailed that.
Cut it with a knife. The tension, the excitement. I mean, we're ready for this night.
Four drivers.
I mean,
four drivers,
all
for a
season,
championship.
This is what it's come down to.
And by the way, I just want to emphasize on something here. It doesn't matter whether the drivers that are the four finalists win the race, cross the line first. They don't have to win the race, Mark and Terry. They just got to be the highest of the four finishers. And somebody that'll be joining us along the night is our great friend I call J-Rock Carrot Top. He'll be our pit reporter tonight for the finale here at Homestead Miami Speedway virtually. And he will be following the final four drivers. Jason Rockefeller, the fourth member of our broadcast team. What do you got? Good evening from South Carolina, my friend.
Yeah, y'all got a little bit of flex on me. I got my bedroom back behind me, and you guys are over in Florence. I'm a little jealous. But yeah, I mean, here it is. We've come down to the final race of the season. It's going to be interesting. I've never played pit reporter before. Very excited to do so. It's going to be interesting. Can't wait to see these guys. Stephen O'Hare, Paul Newton, Ryan Bloom, Tyler King. All these guys are going to be chasing for that top spot at the end of the night. I'm really expecting a good show here tonight at Homestead.
you've got 4 drivers, and I use the equivalent mark of what the Phoenix Xfinity Championship was. 3 Junior Motorsports drivers and the Joe Gibbs driver. The same could be for the Beaver State Racing and, of course, the Lone Wolf there that's looking to try to lock up a championship, Terry. We followed them. You followed them the last 6-7 weeks along the way. This is now to determine who is going to be the bragger of being the champion. And obviously, we know there's not going to be a 2-time defending champion because Dan West Jr. got out last week. He's got to run for a Cup title next week on Monday night at Homestead.
Be there for that.
But for the Cup race, that's a chance for a title for him. But for the trucks, not going to go for the 3-peat.
Yeah, I mean, I have to look at the 4. You look at Paul Newton, road course guy, has been very consistent, but I don't see him coming out here tonight at Homestead and winning it, right? I look at Ryan Bloom. I think that Broncos machine, that's my pick. You know, as much as I hate to rag on him for wearing the Broncos colors because I'm a Tennessee Volunteer fan, but I honestly think for sure that he is going to be the one that's going to go above and beyond. We watched it. We're looking at it here. Caden Anderson, these guys getting ready for qualifying.
That's right.
I got to look at him. He's sitting there 6th on the board. I honestly think that Ryan Bloom is your champion by the end of this.
And Mark, we've seen these pressure scenarios for ARCA or for short track racing. The same can be done here in the virtual short track racing world. iRacing is the perfect simulation to what the real life racing world is like.
It is, and you bring up the fact from Phoenix. You know, you had 3 Junior Motorsports, and then you had the 1 from Gibbs. So everybody put the favor of odds in Junior Motorsports at 3-1. But that's why racing's not run on paper.
That's right.
And it's the same scenario we got tonight. It doesn't matter that it's 3 versus 1. And like you said, they don't have to win. It's the one that finishes in front of the other 3 that they're battling. That's all it's about tonight. Is the one that finishes in front of the other 3.
Can we say that honestly this is the first time anybody would be damn happy to finish second? Because they'd be real happy to finish second.
That's right. And we're making history. Charles Wooten, I got to bring you in here, man. It's been an exciting day. It's been a fun 48 hours. We did the first iRacing broadcast on LSRTV together with me and him in the booth calling a race in the hotel room.
That was weird.
Now the next night we're in a broadcast booth setting at a real racetrack for a championship finale. Cut the pressure with the knife, but I think this has been one hell of a fun day for us with LSR Productions, Rocket Racing Media, and what's all to come and launch in the future for sure.
It definitely has, and I will say this. Look above you, Wesley. Well, you can't see it. We're gritting.
Hey,
yeah.
Let's go on track. Let's go on track.
I thought you meant gritting out back under. I was going to say, okay.
Let's go on track. Holy cow, they are gritting, aren't they?
Oh, we get to sit in a seat.
Oh, my goodness, they are gritting. Caden Anderson won the race that was Monday night, or last Thursday night, correction, at the finale, and he's on the pole again. Let's give you the starting lineup on the pole. Caden Anderson, Jeff Stabnow, front row for the finale here at Homestead. Row number 2, Cole Raz, Devin West, 10 and 5. Row 3, 55, Dan West Jr., 25, one of the championship contenders, Ryan Bloom in the final 4. Row number 3, row 4, Dan Lowther, Paul Newton, 63, 27. Top 10, Stephen O'Hare and Brett Johnson, 41 and 7. They're carried.
Yeah, we look like they're to row 6, the Aaron Cooper and Troy Daggett. Row 7, Chris White and John Ottenbacher. Row 8, Ron Hunter and Mr. Sean Brighton. Look at row 9, you see the 00, Kevin Smith and the 21 machine. That's going to be Tyler King. Kobe Ritters and Frank Harris round out, I believe that's row 10. Row 11, Roy Fernay and Chad Malik. And Russ Lundberg back here on row 12.
So there's the starting lineup. Boy, oh boy. Pace yourself. Get ready for race time. Fields rolling on pit road. What do you think of this, Mark? You were looking at some of the work that went behind some of the production before we went live, and you were like, man, they got it's like NASCAR time and scoring. It's like a real broadcast with the monitors. Wait till you see the instant replays.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. I started following iRacing the past couple of years, and listening to the streams and to internet, but I had no idea that the production that went into getting ready for a live broadcast for these is exactly the same as for a cup race or Xfinity or truck. I mean, it's the same that's put into it. I mean, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. It's a whole new world to me, and I think we're in for a great show tonight.
Well, and by the way, real quickly, our booth cam here, you see us? We're going to be jumping in here from time to time, calling the race and see what it's like inside the booth for the championship, the Final Four. Who will be the title holder? The Northwest finale at Homestead is green. Ladies and gentlemen, you have a virtual race, and we are underway. Got trouble out of turn 4. My goodness, 4, 5, 6 trucks. This is not the way, Terry, you want to kick things off here at Homestead.
No, I mean, lap 1, we saw a couple trucks already dipping down below the apron. You saw a truck hit the wall right there, and then it triggered after that. 2 trucks hit the wall, and they continue to wreck. We'll look here at the replay here. You see the 00 Kevin Smith. He gets up, and it looks like it's all going to trigger off of this. You see right there, Toby Ritters, he slides down the racetrack, goes to the bottom. He saw some trouble starting to brew, and then here we go. We go into turns 3 and 4. There's Brightsman, there's Kevin Smith, and then we're going to see the incident come up over it. 00 gets loose. He gets loose some more. He takes the 22 with him. Bam, wall goes. That's cold tires on a really cold racetrack.
Ron Hunter, Ottenbacher, and honestly, Mark, from the eye looking away, there was trucks already up in the wall before those trucks got into their accident off turn 4.
Yeah, like I said, there was trucks already in the wall, and I think it might have been a knee-jerk reaction to what they were seeing in the wall. That they checked up, somebody else didn't check up, and then you get multiple trucks in the wreck.
Ritters dropping to the bottom of the apron, and now we watch now Ottenbacher, John Ottenbacher, the Billings, Montana native, and Aaron Cooper down to the inside, and Ottenbacher already had Stefano ahead of the fence. That's heartbreak for the Beaver State driver, Terry. That's one of the championship 4 right there in the 41.
Well, we talked about Junior Motorsports having 3-1 when it came to Joe Gibbs. There's 3-1. Now it's 2-1 because that truck's not going to go out here. He does have the fast repair, but he already had issues on cold tires. Can he figure it out as the race progresses? Because guess what? He's going to go put new tires on it, take the fast repair. If he has any more trouble and touches the wall here at Homestead at an aerodynamic racetrack, race over. Championship bid's over as well.
Jason, down to you on the pit lane, buddy. Hands down, that's one of our 4 championship contenders, and that's not the way to start a championship finale race for Stefano Heron, 41.
Yeah, absolutely not. Going to go try to talk to him here in just a second, see if I can get a word with him here in a few minutes and let you guys know. But yeah, for sure, that's not what you want. And Terry hit the nail on the head just beforehand. You know, these cold tires, this track, it just, for some reason, on restarts and just starts in general, on these cold tires, whenever you have a fresh set on, these cars, for some reason, they just get so loose out of the corner, especially in the center. And unfortunately, you saw the mishap right there out of turn 4.
Yeah, and again, this race, a long way to go. Any mishap or missteps, Mark Turner, you want to make mistakes, you want to make them here early. You don't want to do them at the end of this race, even if you're one of those championship 4 drivers, because, again, he's not out of it yet.
Yeah, like you say, I mean, they don't want to make mistakes. I mean, they want a perfect, clean race, but if you're going to make a mistake, you need to do it early because we're on lap 4 of 167.
That's right. Yep.
I mean, they have plenty of time. I mean, they're not boxed in yet. They can recover from this. But like I say, the key's to do it early. You know, you just got to take a breath, calm down, you know, get it together, and recover from this. They still have time.
On board with Caden Anderson, and of course, now it's Jeff Stabnow, and those are top 3. So, obviously, Caden Anderson, the man that won last week at Phoenix, kind of trying to, and remember, he's a non-playoff driver. And I mentioned when we came on the air, a non-playoff driver can win this race. It doesn't have to be a championship driver like Joey Logano winning Phoenix, or like Ty Gibbs winning, of course, at Phoenix and Xfinity, or Zane Smith winning the truck race on Friday night as well. It just happens that way. And one day there's going to be a race where there's going to be a non-playoff contender winning, and the playoff guy is going to be the first guy in front of the other guy.
Well, you look at it right now. Look who dominated the season. It was the 37 to Caden Anderson.
That's right.
He missed some races, lost the opportunity to continue on to the playoffs. Cole Raz as well. Cole Raz misses 2 races, gets put in a must-win situation with Caden Anderson, gets in an incident. Season over. But they're still out here to compete. They're still out here to win. We didn't know Caden Anderson was going to show up tonight. He said last week he may or may not have had some things going on tonight, but he's here. Look, though. Look at where your championship 4 is at the moment. Look where they're at. 6th, 7th, 1's wrecked. And, yeah, I mean, they're there.
Well, I mean, it's like you say. I mean, they're right there together, but at the end of the season, I mean, the cream always rises.
That's it.
The cream always rises.
The cream rises to the top.
Top to the top. You know?
You like that, didn't you?
I'm a
That's your
Macho Man Randy Savage fan.
It always rises to the top. You know? We might get some Dusty Rose references in here later. But,
I tell you what, we'll go wrestling reference for wrestling reference. I got a Macho Man Randy Savage outfit.
Yeah.
But what strikes me best about this race at the moment is the fact that you see Cole Raz, Caden Anderson up top, and they're leading it. They should have been in the championship 4.
That's right.
If they made every single race in the playoffs, you're looking at those two right now battling for a championship right here on a massive stage for the Northwest Truck Series.
Sure.
When you think about it, we're doing the first race for their last race right here at Florence. We're promoting another race. We're promoting it on iRacing. That's
right.
Like we're doing this track's not even on iRacing, and we're promoting it from it.
Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s car is
It's
nestled probably about
right
100
there.
yards away from us.
I'm looking at his hauler
That's
and
right.
Carson Quaffle's car right over yonder.
And the field getting ready to come back to what is the Geico restart zone. Welcome back to Inside the Booth Cam as we get ready now for the green flag to fly here on the restart. Caden Anderson, Cole Raz, Jeff Stabnow, Devin West, all in this mix. Yeah, we got to try to fit all 3 of us here in the booth together at
We
the
all
same
got big
time. There
heads.
you go. We're back underway. There you go. Caden Anderson trying to come after it. Inside is Cole Raz. Super friends going at it. A couple of teammates there with Devin West and Jeff Stabnow down the back straightaway, Terry.
Yeah, Jeff Stabnow had a really good run on the bottom. He kind of pushed just a tad bit, pushed a little tight up the racetrack. It allowed Devin West to take that spot. Jeff will push back. No need to battle a teammate. You're 7 laps in. Just take her easy back here. Ryan Bloom just jumped up to the 5th place position over Dan West Jr. A little couple to go. Where's Tyler King 8 positions up to that 10th place position.
I'll tell you what, Mark, a good opportunity to go on this restarting quickly. You see everybody quickly get back to single file because we got a long way to go in this race.
Well, it's like you say. I mean, we got a long way to go, but they know on the restarts they're bunched up, they're too wide. That's their opportunity to pass. You know, that's their best opportunity to pass before things get strung out. But Homestead, I've been to Homestead. I mean, it's a racy track. They get single file, but they can still pass. They can still pass and catch up. I mean, it's a racing track. You know, still a long way to go. Need to be patient, but you still need to take advantage of every opportunity that comes up.
Yeah, hands down, it's Anderson again on the inside. He's got Brass behind him. West up on the outside lane along with Staff now. But this battle working to the back straightaway now. Lowther and Newton going at it, but again, as soon as that starts to get started, it feathers out to single file as they go to turn 3.
Yeah, they go to turn 3 right here, and you talk about that. You talk about a racy racetrack, and I love that you bring it, and then they decide to take it to the outside and rim ride it a tad bit. That's perfect. That's perfect vision right there for your first iRacing. Shows what they're going to do. It seems like something we do. We speak into existence. The 27, Newton, he takes it to the wall. He's trying to find speed all the way up there, and you can find it. This is one of those tracks you see his speed here, 149, 150. Look at the run he's going to get, the momentum. He's going to dab it down low, or at least try to get right to the inside of that 63.
Stephen O'Hare currently in 14th position. He's still on the lead lap. He's one of the championship 4 contenders. Jason Rockefeller, do you have an update on what's going on with the 41? Can he get back in this battle to race for a championship?
Yeah, I believe he does. They did say that down on pit road, they did have one faster pair. I believe he more than likely probably used it. That's all he said to me. I'll let him do his business, and here he is. He's trying to come out here. He's trying to get back up towards the front, so be on the lookout for Stephen O'Hare later on in this race.
In a solid run right now with the top 15 right now on the racetrack is Caden Anderson, the leader. There's one of the championship drivers that we're watching. The best driver looking for the title, believe it or not, is the number 25, Ryan Bloom. He's in the 5th position right now as we still show O'Hare. Ryan Bloom And there he is, as we will try to, amongst the race broadcast, highlight, Mark, the 4 finalists, and that's your pick. You're going with Ryan Bloom tonight, Terry Radford. You called it.
I'm riding with the Broncos to the end. I think that the 25 has got it going on. He's been fast all season
On
long.
board bottom.
Yeah, we're on board with him here. You see he's too wide in front of him. He sees a good battle going on here. He knows what he has to do. Walk-off win. My guy, he had a walk-off win because he knew he was going to.
2 weeks ago at Dover.
He knew he was going to miss Phoenix. It was a snooze fest. It was boring, but he went out and won it.
Mark's like, what the hell are you falling asleep for?
This is another walk-off win situation. This reminds me of Dover. He knows. This is it, man. This is it.
That's exactly right.
But Terry, you talk about a walk-off win. I mean, he's running 5th, so he's first among the championship ones.
That's right.
And our veteran viewers, they know the deal. You gotta finish. But he doesn't have to win.
No.
A lot of the newer viewers, they assume that you have to win. He can just ride there in 5th, finish ahead, and he's good. 5th place will be the championship night. Currently,
You're exactly right.
I'm gonna go on a limb right here in this booth because one of y'all can smack me if you think I said something crazy. I think he wins the race. I think he wins the race and the championship.
He's calling his shot as now Dan West Jr. makes a run on Bloom. Stab now up on the outside to the middle of that LSR sandwich. Coming on for 4. Lowler and Newton up behind him as well. This is 250 miles, 167 laps. West with a problem. He collects Stab now. Stab now falls back. We got one upside down flying through the air. Devin West, airborne. The Shelton, Washington driver. And the caution will come out for the second time here at Homestead for the championship finale.
Well,
Terry.
what even happened? Oh, he caught the wall going into the corner.
That's before he got into the turn.
But he catches the wall. He's pushing for all that he's got.
Yeah.
He's down there. He's pinching the 10. And you see the wake of Caden Anderson. He gets in front of him. We get into 1. He's pushing the mess out of him.
He
caught the wall again. And then bam.
Now.
And there was nothing he could do.
His teammate launched it, Mark.
Yeah, that's. I bet he doesn't get a Christmas card from his teammate.
Welcome to iRacing, Mark.
I bet he does not get a Christmas card from his teammate this year for sure.
Let's go on board for an extended replay with the 5 of Devin West. And it looked like he was trying to get the car to try to get back on his four wheels, so he wouldn't have to use a choose or a fast repair here, a tow. Watch on board with the 5.
You look at it here. He's going to get the run in the center of the track. He's going to hold it. He'll get this run down the front straightaway. He's going to go all over the back bumper because remember, Cole Rads is still below you.
That's right.
You can't move. And he catches the wall. There's that slight contact to the back bumper ruins it, and then it's end over end after end, and then our camera cuts in and out on us.
Into the safer barrier, and you turned me round, baby, right round.
We called one of those last night where our camera went crazy on us. Haulers are still coming into the racetrack.
Yeah, look at this.
While we're doing this
I was talking to a buddy of mine, and of course, Mr. Zacharias, Steve Zacharias' dad, and he said, we have enough room to fit 20 more haulers, Mark Turner, and then we don't know where we're going to put the rest of these trailers.
You ever heard that term, packed in like sardines?
That's it. Well, like we are right now. Bring us into the booth. Yeah, we're like packed in like sardines right now, right?
But Steve has this track looking the best I believe I've ever seen.
It is. It looks really good.
It's the biggest event he's had, and he's ready for it.
And by the way, this is extra bonus coverage. We got finish line. We've got the pit pill qualifying party tomorrow night, also with Chicken Bone Alley podcast live here on iRacing. Coverage tonight. Flow Racing. You see the banner behind us in the broadcast booth. That's the only way to watch the broadcast on Saturday and Sunday, or Friday and Saturday here from the Charlie Powell South Carolina Memorial 400. We've got an update on the pit lane. Let's go down to Jason. What you got for us?
Well, after that incident there on the front straightaway with Devin West, I went down and talked to him and his team, and he says, and I quote, that his computer just froze. And next thing you know, he was up in the wall and up in the air. So that's pretty much all I got from Devin West. So we're going to see what happens with him. He's currently 2 laps down, though. So it's going to be
He's had that happen
questionable to
before.
see if he happens. Yeah.
You remember the joke you said earlier when you were walking out there and put quarters in the machine? Because he forgot to put quarters in that sucker.
Yeah. Hey, listen, you got to keep putting quarters in there. I mean, your time runs out, you know.
Oh, my goodness.
Otherwise, you run into a technical difficulty.
But Mark,
Charles Wooten has got some. By the way, he is our producer extraordinaire for Rocket Racing Media, iRacing on LSRTV, and the Community Radio Network. What you got for us, Charles?
The funny jokes about putting the quarters in there, I don't know if Mark's just doing it as a joke or if he's actually been overseas, like the UK and stuff. But before iRacing, I used to actually run a league on Xbox on Forza Motorsport, and we had guys from the UK, and it was like a rent-to-own kind of deal, and you had to put coins in there, and him or his wife forgot to pay it, and the screen did go black on a race one time. So it's funny, he's been over there, but it is a real thing over in like the UK.
I didn't know that.
The coins ran out.
Well, you got to think some people when
it's like playing the arcade game, right?
Keep your Wi-Fi
trying
going.
to pass that.
Yeah.
You're trying to pass that certain distance to keep the life going.
You know what that comes to? Don't pass go, don't collect $200.
That's it.
I
A little Monopoly reference.
I love Monopoly. Did I patch go? Did I collect $200? My mama was a mean-ass landlord back in the day when we had played Monopoly. Seriously.
You want to hear what's even crazier?
What's up?
You almost wanted to call this race outside, my guy. I'm looking at the temperature at 11:50 Eastern time. It's 36 degrees out there, and you thought we were going to call it from our wooden little spot over yonder.
I never said
it
that.
It is 75.
I never said that.
And
Shut up.
Beautiful in
I never
there.
said that.
But you get the fresh air outside, though.
Hey, Mark,
you freeze to death.
What do you think of this view, though, man? Does it seem like a real television broadcast?
It really does. Like I said, I've been to Homestead. I've seen many races from Homestead. This seems like the real deal to me. Like a while ago when I saw that, I almost shouted out, "Oh, this is the big one, the one we all feared, but he would have it." I mean, I'm getting into it. It's like the real thing.
Ready to come back for the restart. Ryan Bloom, the championship finale, #1 seed man right now in the 25. He's in third. Super Friends on the front row with Caden Anderson, Cole Raz, Ryan Bloom, Dan West Jr., Dan Lowther in the top 5 from the aerial view as the pace car drops onto the pit lane. The field settles back in to the Geico restart zone. They come back through the gearboxes virtually, and we are back underway. What a jump Caden Anderson got Terry on the field going to turn 1.
Yeah, he called Cole Anderson sleeping right there, but don't look now. Paul Newton's sitting in the 4th place position at the moment. All right, he fell back to 6th there on that restart, but he was sitting in the 4th place position there for a tad bit.
He was.
Don't look now. There might be some competition up there for 25, but now here goes the 27. He's looking below the 63 here.
Newton Lowther, side by side. Remember Smith, he had problems earlier. The Click and RV 00 out of Walla Walla, Washington. Up high is going to be the machine.
Oh,
that's going to be King. Lowther slams the safer barrier. He opens the door for Newton to pass. King will come through. So will Smith and Cooper. King on the bottom. Lowther hung up top side, and we saw a couple of more trucks in the wall, and they lose that momentum, Terry.
I don't know why they're catching the wall here. This track has 4 grooves. You can potentially go 5 wide here, and they're trying to use the wall to gain momentum. But you see the 47 here, he's going to get underneath. It takes about a lap and a half to get your momentum back in these trucks, and for the 63 at Lather, it's taking him a little bit longer now. He's getting passed from the bottom. We don't see many passes go on down there, especially when you're able to get the momentum at the top.
Mark, why do you think we're seeing these guys hit the wall as fast as they are here in the early going? Is it because the tires aren't warm enough? They're still cool?
Well, that, the fact I'm watching, this truck right here, the 55, I think they're all trying to run that Harry Gant line, the high, wide, handsome line.
High, wide,
handsome line is kind of biting a little bit. They're getting a little bit close to the wall.
Or as they say in West Virginia, the top shelf, the Angels Expressway, where Grandma hides the cookies from Grandpa.
I think what they're doing is you see everybody at the bottom. They're trying,
see what I mean?
They're trying to go where everybody else is not. They're trying to make a groove that's not worked in yet.
Yeah.
And it's getting them into the wall.
That 55, the 2-time and defending Northwest champion of the trucks, Dan West Jr. out of Shelton, Washington, got eliminated last Thursday night at Phoenix. He will not go for a three-peat. He is, however, in the opportunity for a cup crown. And right now, how would it be to win the race? Just to make a point, if you at least you know I'm here. You know I'm here.
Well, I mean, you're absolutely right. You think of what Caden Anderson did last week. Wins at Phoenix. I mean, he walked the dog on. Didn't give anybody else a lap. Went out there and won the race. He went into playoffs. He knew he was out the round before. He goes out there, he puts a spanking on him when he finally comes back after real world racing stuff. But a good battle going on here. And to hit your point that you touched on right there, working that groove in on the outside, we're 24 laps in. There ain't no rubber on that third line. There's rubber on the bottom for practice. It rolled over for qualifying and practice. That outside lane has not been worked in. There's no tire dragons. There's no PJ1 in iRacing. You actually have to make the groove it work itself. And now you're trying to see it here. When we get to lap 50, lap 55, that outside lane's going to be just as dark as the bottom in the middle.
But there is, Mark Turner, precision banking and multiple grooves, and we can see the 3-4 lines on the racetrack. You can see where it's literally starting to work whenever these drivers are brave enough to go from the bottom to the top.
Oh, yeah, Wesley, I mean, make your point. I mean, you can go 3 and 4 wide.
Yeah.
What you can do isn't what you always should do.
Right.
I mean, like I said, we're early on this. You see the ones that are getting brave, but I mean, they're still getting into the wall. But as we go further on, I think you're going to see more go up high, and I think you're going to see that line start producing more than it is. But yeah, it's still early on, but they're brave. I mean, you can see they've got, what would this be, the Homestead stripe, I guess they're getting.
Yeah.
The Kyle Larson stripe, the Homestead.
This is one of the longest races of the year, 250 miles, 167 laps. Let's go back to the pits. Jason Rockefeller, have you got an update on our Championship 4?
Oh, yeah, not much so far. Everybody's just kind of running their own race right now, you know, trying to just hang in there. You know, you got a long way to go. You got to think to yourself that, you know, you got to stay calm. You know, this is the, what is it, game 7 moment, I believe is what they call it. I'm not big in other sports, but yeah, you know, these guys got to be patient. You know, you got guys out here like, you know, Ryan Bloom. He's trying to be patient right now. He's running very solid. I will say, though, I went down, I talked to Hayden Anderson just beforehand with the restart. I asked him, hey, how much fuel do you guys think you have, and what lap do you guys probably think you can get to? He said they got about 60 laps, and that was around right when we went green. So I want to say you could be seeing pit stops around the lap 70 mark here if we do go green all the way.
Closing in on 30 laps, it's Caden Anderson, Dan West Jr., Cole Raz, Ryan Bloom, Kevin Smith, the top 5. We're also coming up for the top of the hour from Florence Motor Speedway in South Carolina, the home site for the 30th annual Charlie Powell Memorial 400 weekend for NASCAR and the biggest late model race in South Carolina. This is coverage of iRacing on LSRTV and the Community Radio Network. We'll pause for 10 seconds of radio identification and go side by side so you can still enjoy our broadcast coverage from Homestead.
Community Radio Network, WCRN 87.9 FM, Clayton, Garner, Raleigh, North Carolina, USA. We are CRN.
This is our series,
So many different pieces that you have to watch out for.
where the stakes are always higher,
$300,000.
where virtual meets reality,
How bad do you want it? They're wasting no time getting at it.
where the best thrive and the flawless win. This is the eNASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series.
Hey, it's broadcast personality Wesley Outlet up topside at one of the great racetracks of the world, the Caraway Speedway. And I'd like to remind you to join us every Wednesday afternoon at 1 p.m. Eastern to 3 p.m. Eastern with coverage of Finish Line, where we talk to everybody from NASCAR to grassroots, like right here at Caraway Speedway, Carolina's Fox Sports Radio affiliates, iHeartRadio, and on the Community Radio Network at 87.5 FM. And remember, thanks to Live Sim Racing Productions, you can actually see the guest panel, ask their questions, get interactive with us with comments, and so much more in our chat box. Finish Line every Wednesday. Join us every week.
Your CRN, my CRN, our CRN. We are CRN. The Community Radio Network now and the new WCRN 87.9 FM. And still always anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. We are CRN.
Close it in on 31 laps here at the Homestead Miami Speedway. There you go, Mark Turner. There, look at that massive production. Do you see that?
Yeah, that's impressive. Like I say, I never realized. That's why I'm so thankful I'm getting this opportunity just to get behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And see what goes into an iRacing
lot.
podcast and have a better appreciation for it.
Well, we welcome you back inside the broadcast. It's awesome to have my NASCAR friend from ARCA and the broadcast booth. Mark Turner's got a little bit close. It is a very tight camera here.
It's very, very
The other one's very wider, so y'all get like
The
really, really
camera's
close and
behind
being
us.
friends here.
Yeah.
But hey, we do this for you. This is something we're so excited about, Terry Radford, but Charles and Terry and everybody, Jeff Stabnow, everybody that's been involved in this, we've been excited and hyped up for this. And then to have Mark Turner joining us, a NASCAR ARCA official, makes it so much more special for sure.
I don't know how many times in a person's broadcasting career,
Sure.
a year, 2 years in, starting on iRacing like me, to sit here at a racetrack. I mean, I'm sitting at one of the last great racetracks, short track racetracks, having a great time. Yes, it's cold. Yeah, it's loud. Yeah, the fans aren't here yet, but guess what? I met people here today. I met the track owner. We talked to the track owner. We talked to the co-owner, his wife. We talked to drivers. We talked to all sorts of people that come down here. We talked to fans that were so excited and grateful to be here. And for track officials, for the race workers, for the work they did to this racetrack. They hand-painted. What did Jacqueline say? She hand-painted. She hand-painted the walls. The updates they did to this place, to put extra seating in it, to clean the weeds off the track, to clean the bushes back yonder. That's what racing's about. And we interviewed Boo Boo over there, and Boo Boo said, I'm just thankful to be here.
That's right.
And I'm thankful to be here. I'm calling a race from a broadcast booth where Flow Racing's going to be at tomorrow and Saturday. I'm calling my neck of the woods right here.
Hey, Mark, for being you, and I mean this in no disrespect to anybody, but when you've done it for close to 30 years, it's just another race. I mean, I know it's hyped up, it's exciting, it's a big race, and there's those butterflies, yes, but at the end of the day, it's another day on the job.
I mean, I'll give you a prime example. I mean, this is one of the biggest race this Speedway's ever had.
Sure.
Yeah. But I'll give you a prime example. Going to Wilkesboro earlier this year.
Oh, I was a part of it.
The car store race.
Yes.
I worked.
Yeah.
I went there. I just did it. I just went through the motions. Everybody else, and it was afterwards. I got a few phone calls.
When you take it all in.
Congratulating me
on working.
Working one of the biggest races there ever was. That's when I started taking it in.
That's right.
But
When
it's
you
like
take
you
it all
say,
in.
Wesley, we just show up. I mean, it's in our blood. We go through the motions. We're programmed. We go through it. But sometimes we just have to take that step back and go, wow, I got to be a part of that.
You know where where I got goosebumps from, and I have the video of it, and it started going viral, Terry and Mark, and that was at the first race at North Wilkesboro, when the wireless mic kept messing up during pre-race ceremonies, and over 20,000 people started singing the national anthem in unison. I'm down trackside, and I had goosebumps. I still get goosebumps to this day whenever I look at that video or check it out.
Well, you think about it. They said this track's almost sold out for Saturday.
Yes.
Track's almost sold out for tomorrow night. Like, you think about racetracks around the country. Myrtle Beach, we were talking about Myrtle Beach earlier. Myrtle Beach, we don't know what's going to happen to it.
Myrtle Beach is gone.
Yeah.
Myrtle Beach is gone. It'll never come back.
Gone. Nashville Fairgrounds, maybe getting renovated.
Monday. Go out. Go to the town meeting. I saw something on social media about that this morning.
The fairgrounds.
Go to the town fest. Exactly.
Like, we could see these great speedways. Rockingham getting renovated. North Wilkesboro repaving it. These great racetracks of the old generation where Alan Kowicki, Rusty Wallace, Earnhardt Sr., all those great legends of the sport raced at.
That's right.
Coming back to show the new generation of race fans, this is grassroots racing.
It's funny you bring that up.
40 laps, by the way, and Anderson still leads.
Myrtle Beach was a loss. It was a tough blow.
Yeah.
But by Myrtle Beach, what happened there, it saved Florence Motor Speedway.
Sure did. It sure did.
Steve and Jacqueline were left with nothing to do.
Yep.
So then Steve got with Charlie Powell.
Awesome story, by the way.
Buying this racetrack.
Yep.
And basically, we lost one, but
gained
it saved Florence.
Yep. And then you got Dylan and Florence trying to work with each other.
Yeah.
And that's amazing.
Yep.
Back on track activity with Anderson still leading, Weston second, Pluma's third. And that's currently how it is on the racetrack down the back straightaway. And I'm understanding that we'll let, I think we got Jason on the pit report. We'll give you some updates on that in a moment in regards of tire wear and the situation of when trucks will pit or not pit, because honestly, nobody's pitted yet. 2 yellow flags, Terry, not many pitting except ones with damage.
Well, I'm going to be 100% honest with you here. You see the top three they pulled away. It's 2.5 seconds all the way back to Cole Raz. Cole Raz in the early part of this race, Wesley, was up front running top 4. He's still 4th. He's still sitting in the 4th place position, but he was running nose to tail with the top 3. You see, here comes Ryan Bloom. He's going to the inside above Dan West Jr., and he's potentially going to make this pass happen. They're side by side into 3 and 4, and you go look at the wonderful shot here on the boat. He makes that pass work, put him to P2. Now he's going to chase Caden Anderson to win an overall championship in an overall race, like I called it. It's like I'm Nostradamus.
No, you called your shot. Don't say Nostradamus. Maybe Babe Ruth, Mark Turner.
So Terry, when you get done with your crystal ball, okay, when you get done with your crystal ball and your Houdini stuff over there, we'll get back to the race.
Do you want me to tell you who's going to win this is the 400?
Yeah, because you do that. Hold on. I got to make a call to Las Vegas.
Yeah, let's go to Vegas. Let's get the board over here.
Wait, I don't think I can do that before in South Carolina. Let me cross state lines.
That's right. Yeah, but don't say that too loud. You got to go up north.
Yeah, let me go across state lines.
Let's go to North Carolina. Let's go south of the border.
One thing I want to bring up though is we're focusing on the championship and obviously Anderson leading the race. It's been the last race.
Yeah.
But it's not just about the championship. I mean, you got like Cooper back there in 10th, Johnson, and those back. Something is for those is ending the season on a good note.
Yep.
Because what
That's
you
right.
do now will carry your momentum into all season. Because you can't come back next week and erase what you did this race. It carries into the
pit stops happening. Here comes Kevin
here we
Smith
go,
in the 0-0. Here comes Ryan Bloom. He just passed for second. He's on pit road.
We got pit road opening in. Let's go down to the pits at Jason Rockefeller. First time busy for the evening, my friend. And I'm understanding we're getting a word on tire wear right now. So we're going to watch Ryan Bloom, the #1 man of the playoffs, now bumping in. And look who's going back up. Stephen O'Hare now back to 4th. He was one of the playoff drivers, the #1 seed involved in the accident on the start. Now he's back up in front in 4th.
Well,
and he's on the lead lap behind you.
That's right. Well, he also had 2 drivers that were in front of him come down pit road at there, Kevin Smith and Ryan Bloom. They're going to have this cycle. It's about a 2.5 to 3 second fall off tire-wise. You've been to this racetrack. You've seen some ARCA races here as well, where the tire wear does go. You go down, you're running, low 30s, low 29s, then you're running like 32, 33s.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Like a Homestead, you know what they call 4 new tires? 4 Mr. Feel Good.
That's right.
4
That's
Mr.
right.
Feel Goods at Homestead. Yeah.
This thing hurts.
Let's go down to the pits and updates on tires with Jason Rockefeller.
Yeah, just talked to Jeff Stab now. He says that these things are really, really loose to handle right now. But he says you're obviously going to have a lot of guys coming in. But unfortunate for him, Jeff, I believe, if he hasn't pitted yet, Jeff says he's going to stay out for a little bit longer. He's planning on it. But he did say, though, that they had about 48 laps left of fuel in the tank. So fuel not really a question right now. It's just all about those tires here as the laps continue to tick off here at Homestead.
There you go. What are you thinking, Terry?
I like it. I like the idea of staying out. What I don't like about it is the fact that you're watching guys, especially if you're Caden Anderson or Devin West Jr. You just watch Ryan Bloom, you just watch Kevin Smith come down. Well, they were in that gap of a half a second back or a second back. If they come pit 2 or 3 laps, that's 2 or 3 seconds, but potentially more. And now they're just staying on the racetrack.
Another thing you forget. When you go to be the first or second to cycle, you're risking a caution coming out.
Yeah,
right.
You're
that
risking
too.
getting bit by a caution coming out. Another thing that falls into the strategy now.
That is a solid point. If it doesn't fall in their strategy, then they're he's unlapping himself. We just watched him unlap himself here with the 10. He has to go catch Caden Anderson, obviously, but you're right. Caution comes out, Wesley. We're looking at a total different race, and he's not the leader in the points no more.
You got to remember, this is a long race as well. This is one of the longest races of the year. Normally, we do 134 laps, 200 miles. This is 250 miles, 167 laps. This is a grueling race. It's going to be because it is the championship. If you want to be at the top, you want to be the top dog, you got to survive this battle of man and machine virtually to get there, just like the real boys do in the cup truck level. And look at Kevin Smith driving up on the outside, and now carries O'Hare with him as a wingman. Brightsman gets boxed in by the 41, and here we go on lap number 50 in the 3, Terry.
Well, I like how he brought up at a caution get thrown, and I watched that 41 fishtail that sucker all the way through 1 and 2. I pointed out that that's about to be your caution. He's down pit road. So Stephen O'Hare, the second of our playoff drivers to come down here for this pit cycle. We don't need to see a caution.
O'Hare's on pit road in front of you, Jason Rockefeller. What's your thoughts of his last drive since the caution at the beginning?
Yeah, he's been doing a really good job. Now Stefan's in his box. More than likely, obviously going to take 4 tires here. He's been doing a solid job. I think he just needs probably another yellow. Maybe not right now because, he's on pit road. He doesn't want to get trapped a lap down or anything like that. But, Stefan's been doing a solid job. So I think what's best for him is that hopefully he can, get on the lead lap, or if he even loses a lap here, we'll see what happens to him when he comes out of the pit. I mean, so far, been doing a really good job, So we'll just have to see, but he's going to need a yellow if he wants to really try to be in contention to get back into the hunt for the title.
And again, Mark, what a way to redeem yourself from the problems that you had, being able to, get back in the battle and obviously looking really, really strong in that machine right now. It's all the while Caden Anderson's led since the drop of the green, but don't count out Stephen O'Hare. As we said, the problems you make them big in the beginning to be there for a chance to win the title at the end.
Yeah, like you say, I mean, if they're going to do it early on, because, I mean, we're on lap 53 now. I mean, we're getting into the middle stages of this now. It's getting to the point where if you make a mistake, I mean, you're not going to have time to recover at this point. So everything's got to be for a decision at this point, dead on. You got to focus. You got to make sure. Look, we got right here. We got one coming in hot here. So yeah,
coming in hot. I get on the binders there. And now, and what is it, Mark? 45 miles an hour on pit road, I believe it is at Homestead. So there's a chance for penalties. And Terry, that's something that we ain't talked about. There are more haulers rolling in here at Florence Motor Speedway after midnight. They're going to let it all hang out. But you checking the watch in there, the watch ain't your on.
I left it at the house.
I love it. But as I was going to say, though, Terry, you can't make mistakes, especially if you're one of the championship 4.
Try. And look, here we go. Here comes the 55. Dan West Jr. is going to come down and pit real quick. But 45 miles an hour. You're going about 170, 180 on the racetrack. You got to go down to 45 at a banking angle. You actually hit
pit road speed 50 miles an hour.
50
I was thinking between 55 and 45.
When you drop off the racetrack, it's bam. It's a transition that kind of stinks. But yeah, we're sitting here watching haulers come in. There's Toby Ritters. He stopped short in this pit box there. That's going to cost us precious time. The Ritters family was watching us earlier. Caden Anderson's in, the race leader. Brightsman should take the lead back if he doesn't pit here. It doesn't look like he is going to pit either. So Sean Brightsman takes the lead for the first time.
Super friends, Caden Anderson, Cole Raz on pit road. Jason, what's your take of their opening 50-plus laps of the championship finale at Homestead?
Yeah, great run by these guys so far here tonight. You got to pit. Everybody's going to have to pit. We're going to have to see, though, if this race is going to be at 2, 3, 4 stops. You don't know. This race is 167 laps. That's a long time in Homestead. And especially for a track that eats up tires. You guys were talking about it earlier. Multiple grooves. So you can really run those tires anywhere on this racetrack. It's just all about how you get off the corner, how you enter pretty much every aspect of the corner. But those guys have been doing a great job at the front. Look for them to be contenders late on here in the race.
Mark, we see this at several ARCA races. We see this on the NASCAR level when me and you travel for events. And it's the same thing here for this virtual ride for the championship. Understanding 32.95 for Chris White. He is the fastest truck on track in 13th spot. He's 1 lap down. He would get the free pass if the caution came out. But right now, he is the fastest truck in that white 47 machine, the champion of the Cup Series from last year. But like we said, though, Mark, we've seen this game year in, year out. Track in, track out, ARCA, NASCAR. The same thing for these Northwest virtual truck racers. You've got to literally be patient. You can't make mistakes. You got to hit your marks, and you got to be there at the end. And you got to respect each other on the racetrack, too.
Yeah, I mean, that's the biggest thing is, I mean, you got to be respectful because, this is too early in the race to be beating and banging and put yourself out. I mean, if you got a race-winning truck and, you get beat and banging on lap 60 and take yourself out of it, what did you accomplish at the end of the day?
Not a thing.
Other than ruining your day.
You're
And plus,
exactly right.
you got to remember, if you beat bang with someone now, 20 laps from now, he's subject to return the favor. He or she is subject to return the favor. So
And understanding Dan West Jr. now put the best lap time of the race as we watch more haulers come in for the 30th South Carolina 400 at Florence Motor Speedway, approaching 60 laps of the race. Lap 83, or correction, lap 84. Lap 84 will be the halftime of the halfway break of this race. But this is Mark Turner in the NASCAR hat. I'm Wesley Outland in the middle, and we got Terry Radford alongside.
In his normal Tennessee
three
hat.
racing amigos. Yes, Terry Radford. What'd you say?
In my normal Tennessee hat.
And only fitting he's in South Carolina Gamecock country wearing a volunteer
Well,
hat. Right?
I got
'Cause
nervous.
if his tires get flat, we know what happened.
Well, I got nervous because, we're getting ready to this broadcast. We couldn't get away from the football
You're blocking
game.
the light. We are. So, hey, man, we're ready to go on the air. Quit watching the damn football
We can't
game.
get away from the football game.
Well, hold on
I
here.
was like, listen, you're an hour from Columbia. Unless you're watching the Gamecocks, nobody around here wants to hear it.
Listen.
He's a Titans fan.
Yeah.
And
So let's.
I think they lost.
They did not. They won.
Okay.
They won 27-17. Let's think of something funny, right? So I tell Wesley, we get to the track, and I'm like, man, it's kind of crazy. I'm calling a race up here in South Carolina. Tennessee plays South Carolina Saturday in the all whites with the orange helmet for the first time ever. When Tennessee beats South Carolina, we'll be finishing this epic race. It's going to be on the racetrack. That is Rocky Top sound being blared over the PA system up here, just to rub a little salt in the wound.
So, Wesley, I guess it's going to be just me and you calling the race.
Yeah, he wants to die.
Yeah, because I think he's going to be escorted out here in a body bag and you talking like that.
Well,
I don't know what part of the country.
And here's the sad reality. They know that. Here's the sad reality. I don't mean to make anybody mad or pluck their feather. The Gamecock fans of the world, Roll Tide, Alabama, and they're having a bad year this year as well. Every dog has his
Listen,
game, but every Gamecock fan knows that they have a bad year, and they have a bad
every year.
And it's been like that for what, 20 years?
So you know what, Gamecock fans, you know what their favorite 2 words are? Next year.
Next year.
Yeah.
Well, I would say for a Bama fan over here, I think any Tennessee team in the past 20 years will be damn proud to have a 2-loss season this far into the season. We're just happy to have a 1-loss season so far. So whatever.
Wait a minute. Wesley, main thing is, have you got Nick off the ledge yet?
Have I?
Two wins and losses in one season. Have you got him off the ledge?
I'm at the hotel room 2 weeks ago when I saw LSU last week beat. When I saw LSU beat, or two
I thought
weeks
he was
ago,
going to cry.
LSU beat Alabama. No. Listen, I'm a diehard Alabama fan. I'm the diehard of the diehards. But, and I've said this before on several occasions, whether it's drivers or players or your teams, the best of the best will one day fall off the top of the mountain.
They fell off the top of the mountain.
With 2 losses, but like you said, you're 8-2. Don't feel bad. But for us, it's a travesty.
In Alabama terms, that wasn't just falling off. That was
that's
place planting.
When we lost to LSU, as we watch Dan West and Stephen O'Hare battle here, this is going on for 6th and 7th position on the racetrack. But when we saw them lose, a couple of weeks ago, I was like, okay, we're not in playoff contention anymore.
Nah.
We took ourselves out of the college football playoff. Understanding Chad Malik and Ron Hunter are out of the race. We've just been told in our ear. Thank you very much, Malik and Hunter. And right now, Sean Brightsman, the man that leads the way. Boy, it seems like it's a long way to go as we're only approaching, coming up on 100 laps to go here in this 250-miler at Homestead, Terry.
Brightsman Stab now still hadn't pitted. So that 70 mark that we were told in our ear by Jason there, still doing it. And yeah, Sam's right out there in the chat. Sean and Jeff are trying to turn this into a 1-stop race instead of the 2-stop race strategy. If they can go, I'm sorry, I'm going to shout it. He said it in the chat. I'm going to read it. He's right. If you turn this into a 1-stop strategy, caution free, you win this race. Now, to Mark's point, caution comes out. Good luck. Because you're not turning this into a 1-stopper after that. You're going to get swallowed up by all the drivers that have more speed than you. No disrespect to Brightsman or Stab down there, but they were top 5. They weren't race win.
That's right.
And you know, right now you're playing a bold strategy, and if it works, guess what? You look like the smartest man in Homestead right here.
Speaking of Homestead, though, it's a double-edged sword because you can win it on tire strategy,
Yep.
Right.
or you can win it on fuel mileage.
Yep.
You know, you can either try to stretch it and risk running out or making
Right.
it,
Right.
or you can risk running your tires out when everybody behind you puts. So it's double-edged. You can win or lose on tires or fuel.
And right now, Brightsman and Stab now the strategy for Team LSRTV. Jason, down to you on the pit lane. I'm understanding that is that the plan to try to make it a one-pit race here and try to go to the finish? They're going to try to stretch this all the way to halfway.
No, actually not even remotely close. I actually just talked to Jeff Stabnow and Sean Brightsman. They said they got it big, and Jeff Stabnow's in. He actually just told me he was about to pit because he was pretty much running. Yep, he was pretty much running dry. Jeff said he was about to run out of fuel, so he had to come to the pits. But because now that him and Sean and, I believe just those two guys talking to them, they said that this is pretty much going to eliminate a stop or two for them. So Jeff is from what I understood what he was telling me, Jeff said that he was trying to make this about a 2 to 3 stop race. So only time will tell as the race continues on. But Jeff said now, and Sean Brightsman's in as well.
Yeah, and Jason, if the strategy was trying to go one stop, that just could become a throw out the window there. That analysis is all false and fake and hashtag fake news.
Well,
because they're not going to be able to go the distance. They're not going to be able to go. If we go to overtime.
You think about this here. They're going a lap down.
Right.
We'll all sit up here and agree to that. They're going a lap down.
That's right.
No doubt about it. They'll sit back. Stabnow's already went the lap down. Brightsman's he's going to go a lap down, potentially a lap and a half. So he's going to have to make that up. But when they unlap themselves, what they're going to need is a caution. It'll take them about 15 to 20 laps to unlap themselves, get back up there in front of Ryan Bloom, and Cade Anderson's catching him. So there's going to be a battle for the race lead. But if that happens, guess what? They still look like the smartest people on the racetrack because you keep it green potentially until they pull about another 3/4 of a lap ahead of them.
Right.
You're geniuses.
Yeah, but I definitely do not see this race being won on a 3-stop race.
No,
I don't see
either.
that being won.
No.
And you were talking about fake. Have you ever met a crew chief that gave you a straight up honest answer?
Hell no.
Okay, let's just get that out. Let's just get that out right now. Have you met a crew chief that would give you a straight up honest answer on his pit strategy or fuel mileage?
I don't think there's a crew chief on this pit lane out here or a car driver's going to tell you his strategy.
I've always said, if I went to Vegas and the poker table was nothing but crew chiefs, I'm going home.
Yeah,
I'm not even sitting down. I'm going home.
If I walk if I walk up and down pit road tomorrow at the finish line and I say, "What's your strategy?" and somebody tells me one, I'm going to tell Wesley, "This is the biggest lie I've ever heard right here."
Well, I'll tell you what, right now, Caden Anderson, winner last week, looking for now another win on track. He's out in front of that 37 machine. There he is. Behind him, Ryan Bloom. The Boise State Broncos. You talk about a team like the Gamecocks that's having a crappy year, so is Boise State. They know what it's like to...
Wow, yeah.
What did you? Shots fired. What did you say, Terry? The last time Boise State went to victory lane was whenever they won. They won something was when Brian Bloom won 2 weeks ago.
Oh no! Oh, Kevin Smith just got punted out of the way by the 41 of Stephen O'Hare.
Wow.
That's how you move him right there. And he didn't even wreck him, my guy. He just moved him.
And their teammates.
He just rattled his cage.
Yeah. Well, he got right up under him, and you just watched him walk him right up the racetrack, and he carried him the entire time. He walked him up the racetrack. He didn't send him. He walked him up the racetrack. He didn't even touch the wall. So the 0-0 right there. Playoff guy just got moved by, well, another playoff guy.
That's right.
Beaver State's not playing nice tonight.
No, Beaver State clan definitely saying, "Hey man, I don't appreciate that. I don't like the way you done me." And Stephen O'Hare is, by the way, 1 spot shy from running down Dan West Jr. and 2 away from Ryan Bloom to finally have Mark Turner, Bloom, and O'Hare fighting for championship. Tyler King in the number 8 position and Newton in the number 12 spot. So right now, all 4 of the championship 4 are in the Dirty Dozen. Jason, you got an update on those 4 drivers as we are closing in on halfway at lap 75.
Yeah, everybody's just continuing to just hold their pace right now. I was just talking to Stephen O'Hare before. He's just trying to, maintain himself right now. That's pretty much that's the phrase right now. Maintain yourself in a sense, because everybody right now knows there's still a long time to go. We just reached a little under 100 laps to go. Still a while to go. Anything can happen. We saw how, oh, there we go. We got two trucks getting together.
Yeah, we saw Cooper and King get together there for just a second. They glanced off of one another, but then he kept on and rolled away, so there's no harm, no foul. As we are closing in on the halfway mark, it's now Breitzman, Ritters. How about Ritters, a runner-up finish in the Cup Series, and he won the truck race at Talladega a couple of weeks ago for the Ritters family. Clifford looking for big things, I believe, in Truck 23.
I still say that it's the best paint scheme on iRacing. A little Budweiser throwback back over down the road. See, that's what you're missing on iRacing. You can make any paint scheme you want on anything. You could take an old Bobby.
We've got a caution on the speedway.
For what?
Third yellow flag of the race.
Oh, Stabnow's on the lead lap.
Tyler King in trouble on the back straightaway, and I believe him and Aaron Cooper might have got together. Teammates for Beaver State Racing, and we saw them bonsai a couple of each other a couple of times. King into Cooper, Cooper up into Smith, and King now might have got into Cooper again here. This is one of the championship drivers, 2 out of 4 now with problems, and they've also been Beaver State racers, Mark. Watch the 21 on the bottom. Look at this. Oh,
thought he was clear.
Thought he was clearing him.
Yeah.
Oh, he thought he cleared him.
Hey, but y'all remember that strategy we were talking about with that Stabnow guy? Oh yeah, by the way, he's on the lead lap and he doesn't have to pit here. Strategy played perfect, my guy.
Wow. Yeah, perfect strategy, hands down.
This race has just been turned upside down. I mean,
literally.
It's like we're starting from scratch now.
You have to, because Chris White's going to stay on this racetrack. Take my job from me. John Ottbacher stays out. We'll see.
We've got pit stops, we've got fuel reports, and we've got the LSRTV mid-race report coming up as well. But first, to the pit lane and updates from Jason Rockefeller.
Yeah, everybody's mostly taking 4 two-tire stops, but Terry was just talking about Jeff Stabnow, and you see he just gained a lot of spots in. You guys were sitting here just saying to the viewers and listeners, at home, Jeff actually just went into the pits, but he only took a splash of fuel, which is very interesting. But at the same time, you can't really blame him. So Jeff Stabnow splashed only there in the pits.
All right, so that is the way we stand here right now, and we welcome you inside the broadcast booth. Welcome back to coverage here from Florence Motor Speedway, the home of the 30th running of the NASCAR Charlie Powell South Carolina 400 Memorial Weekend. I'm Wesley Outland, Terry Radford, Mark Turner. Mark, are you having fun experiencing what it's like to be in the iRacing broadcast, man? You want to join us again?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, this is wild. I would definitely love to do this again. This is fun. I mean, it's
drinking on the job. Let's wait till we go to commercial break.
Wait a minute. I didn't get that memo. We can drink on the job.
Yeah.
Shout out to Golden Corral in Florence, South Carolina, and the Waffle House.
Listen, I was having a good time, but apparently if you can drink doing this, sign me up. Give me the contract now.
And a bottle of water.
Give me a contract now. I'm in. But no, this is wild. This is fun. I'm really enjoying it.
This has been really fun racing, no doubt.
I'm not too sure what I'm drinking and what you want to be drinking is the same thing.
Listen, can the camera see through the cup?
Mark,
it doesn't matter. It's clear.
I tried to tell him we've had a hard damn day here. Okay,
we'll have a beer at 2 in the morning.
Let's have a beer after that. No, I don't drink.
I ain't drinking at 2 in the morning.
Adult beverage.
I'm going to bed.
By the way, make sure you're 21 or older and
drink responsibly
as well.
Well, I'll tell you what, Wesley.
I was going to make sure I get to the hotel before I pop a top.
Okay, well, I'll have something for you then. If he don't want to drink, I'll tell you what. I got you. Listen, there's a car ahead in the parking lot. There may or may be something in the trunk that we can get to.
Okay.
All right. Well, that sounds good.
You better not pull out any of that Southern stuff. That's all I'm going to tell you.
It's all store-bought.
Oh, okay.
I got all store-bought.
But in all actuality here
I
on this,
not have that
on the mid race, I'm within touching distance of the trophy. We're within.
Go get it.
I can't. It's in wrapping paper. I don't want to show it. I don't want everybody to see it. We can see the winner's check.
If you go on the Florence Motor Speedway social media, Facebook, you can see the trophy.
You see the trophy. We have the starting lineup, or not the starting lineup, but we have the grid that's going to be out here. All the drivers that are going to be on there. Yeah. All of the posters are up here in the booth with us. We have our makeshift little iRacing booth, and I'm halfway in between some cords. I don't want to break them, but this is incredible.
Yeah,
this is fun.
Speaking of big stuff coming, I know you were talking about the stage tomorrow night. There's a concert. That you're hosting. Now, I heard a rumor though.
The pit qualifying pill draw show.
I heard a rumor you're doing karaoke. Are you doing karaoke?
I heard the same rumor.
I heard a rumor you're doing karaoke.
I heard the same rumor.
Yeah, you're doing karaoke.
Skylar Whitfield said, Wesley, you can kind of sing a little bit of it.
I heard that he was going to sing Boot Scoot and Boogie, Brooks and Dunn.
Yeah. Get down, turn around, go to town. We're about to turn around and go back to
the Boot Scoot.
But before we go back to the green flag, Jason Rockefeller, I wish you were right here beside us, buddy. It's a fun time, my friend, but you're doing a great job in the pits. You're following the championship 4 as they are getting ready to come back for the green flag. Your take of the first half of this race, and we still got a long way to go of 250 miles to decide a champion.
Yeah, they're taking the green right now. I mean, Caden Anderson, he's been on top of the world here tonight, so I expect Caden to probably come out here and more than likely win this race. But Stephen O'Hare right now, he's my pick to look out for. He got involved in that wreck earlier on, but right now Stephen O'Hare looks to be the one who's on the move, man. Hey, don't be pointing that finger at me.
Watch what happens as we go back to the green flag, and there's a lot of racing left to go. And by the way, that has been your live from Florence LSRTV mid-race report update. And again, as Jason mentioned, there's still a lot of racing left to go, Terry. And we say this in real life all the time, Mark. We say it here at the track as well. To first win the race, you must first finish. And we still got a long way to go here in this race, no doubt. Now that he's going to have to anchors back.
Okay.
So yeah, to first win the race, you must first finish.
Yeah, like I tell you, as we're on lap 83, Anderson's been leading most of the whole race. I think he's enjoying the fact that everybody's focusing on the championship battle.
Oh, yeah.
And he's just trying to slide off and be forgotten about, in the lead, while they're back here battling for the championship position. I think Anderson's just kind of enjoying that push and that comfort.
Terry, I love the fact watching these drivers that it's been Anderson and Raz up in the front all night. It might have changed a little bit, but for the most part, it's been Super Friends 1 and 2 here.
Well, I mean, I go back to the point that I made early in the race. If they were in this championship 4, is there anybody that beats them without a pit strategy?
That's right.
Like, all season long, we've watched them. Cole Raz, I believe he swept road course races.
Yep.
He won. Yep. He won a mile and a half. He won on short tracks. Caden Anderson won everywhere. That man could win in any racetrack, any style, any discipline you put him on, he wins it. Well, here we are, championship race. And to Mark's point, I think Caden's loving this. He's going, focus on Stephen, focus on Ryan Bloom, focus on them championship guys. I'm going to go back-to-back in my season. And I'm going to show you why next season I should be the champion. As we have a battle for who's going to be the first place in the championship run. As Ryan Bloom had a slow pit stop back there, took a little longer with some damage, fell back to 6th. He's back up to 4th.
This is for the championship. A couple of drivers alongside. Ryan Bloom in 25, Stephen O'Hare in 41. Stephen had problem in the beginning of the race, and now Mark, he is right there battling side by side. This is what the championship's all about, even though they're not. He's on the track. O'Hare's in the wall. Bounces off Bloom. 41 off the pace. And remember, he used a fast repair already. He used the fast repair. Could that be the end for O'Hare in a championship run?
That was a pivotal moment. A pivotal moment in tonight's race and in the championship fight right there. That was pivotal.
Replay coming up. It's worth a replay look at it, because that might have been one of the blows of an opportunity for a championship for the 41 Beaver State Racing Team of American Touch-Up, Stephen O'Hare and his Ford.
Oh, he's slow.
And now Newton, his teammates beside him. Look at this is what happened. O'Hare up into the wall. Remember we mentioned precision banking? Bloom gave him room. O'Hare ran out of time and he hit the wall.
That never would have happened. And I mean, that never would have happened if the 41 wanted to pinch Ryan Bloom down. And I'm not saying that because Bloom was my pick. you don't pinch somebody like that in the corner, you're on fresh tires. You're not going to do it.
Mark, you know what I see when I see that? I think of what happened between Kyle Larson and Bubba Wallace at Kansas at Vegas.
Yes, exactly.
That's the perfect example of something that happened there.
Exactly. Yeah.
Except he didn't turn it.
Well,
he didn't hook the right rear.
Tomato, you know.
Yeah. I mean, even to that, you can go back to that. Also, Josh Berry.
Yes.
You know, the deal with him too. That
between him and McCarty.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I think that just won Ryan Bloom the championship. If
that might be the champion move.
Unless we're looking at some type of strategic move back here for the 0-0 to put himself or Tyler King or Paul Newton or Kevin Smith to put themselves in position here, I think Ryan Bloom just sealed it right there because Stephen O'Hare was the only driver competitive enough with speed to get up there in that top 5 and mix and mingle with them.
Caden Anderson still the leader as we are approaching lap number 90 this time by Ryan Bloom, the number 1 man in the championship 4. He's at 4th. Behind him is Tyler King. Don't count out the 21, but he had problems earlier in the race for the Beaver State Clan. And not only that, Paul Newton Designs 27 in 9th. Stephen O'Hare, who bonsaied and made a glancing blow off the 25 of Ryan Bloom, has fell all the way back to 13th. Jason, your take of the championship 4. Did that incident with Bloom take him out of a run for championship, or we still have a long way to go as we're not even at lap 100 yet?
Yeah, no, I just talked to Stephen O'Hare beforehand. He says that pretty much more than likely his chances to try to win are over unless something drastic were to happen. He did use his fast repair from that incident earlier on. So right now he's got what he's got. Unless a caution comes out, he can come in, take some minimum damage requirement repairs or anything like that. But so far, Ryan Bloom's been doing a good job. I can't really get a hold of Tyler King right now, so he probably just doesn't want to talk to anybody at the moment, but he's doing a good job there. For Ryan Bloom, though, he's been doing such a good job here tonight, all the way up towards the front. These two right now are looking to be the ones that are probably going to come out on top if this race keeps going the way to the end.
Got to be frustrated, Terry, hands down. Obviously, you race iRacing sometimes, but you know what it's like to see what has transpired for that guy. What do you think he's feeling right now, knowing that he probably will not be racing for a championship?
Well, you mean you got to think he was sitting in the top 5, right? He was sitting there battling for that championship position. He was neck and neck, had an opportunity to keep himself in the top 5, had already battled adversity, had already had the issue happen earlier in this race, just with cold tires, just driving in there trying to make something happen. And it sucks. I mean, you feel that. You watch drivers at the racetrack. You feel that with drivers on the racetrack. I race is the same thing. You're going to get dejected. You're going to get tired. You're going to be upset because he raced an entire season right here. He has invested his time virtually to come out here and race for this championship, and it's gone.
And Mark, here's the thing. You can't blame it on Ryan Bloom. You can't blame it on the 25 hitting him or wrecking him or anything like that. That was just a racing opportunity, and he went for it.
No, it's like Terry, like you say, they race the whole season. But when you do the championship 4 format, I mean, this is the stuff that you get set up for. You know, I mean, basically, you get this race, you've been raced every race previous to this. So, I mean, basically, it comes down to one lap, one move, just like that. I mean, it can be over. That's the intensity and the excitement that goes into a championship 4 race like this.
What we watched last night. We watched it last night. Last lap of a heat. Last lap of the heat races to get into the race. Outside, made the move, sailed it in there, did not care. Not even in a Final Four format. Not even in the Final Four format.
Oh, yeah.
Sailed it. Who wants to make that move here? If you're Ryan Bloom right now, I think Ryan Bloom gives a mess about anybody else in this racetrack. No, he doesn't. He doesn't care who's on this racetrack with him. That's what he's asking. Hey, who's behind me? Where's the next championship 4 driver?
You called it.
I called it. The 25 was the driver that came in here that said to me, you went to Dover and you said, I got to win it. He walked the dog with them, Mark. Yeah. He walked the dog with them boys at Dover. It's Homestead. There is no other race left.
Well, see, he dominated at Dover, and he point blank told us I had to win Dover because I couldn't race Phoenix last week. So he had to miss
Had
Phoenix
to.
make it to this championship race tonight.
Well, you know what that reminds me of? Christopher Bell this year.
Yes.
That's right.
Every time they come
The
up,
walk-off at the road
walk-off
in
win.
Martinsville.
when he had to win, he did it.
They won it.
Hey, some people, they
Right.
can carry that. When they get that pressure on them, they just
got
step up, they carry it, and push
Caution!
it down. Oh,
Third yellow flag of the race comes out here. Actually, it's yellow flag number 4.
And that
Just
flips the
before
race.
lap 100. This changes everything.
That
I know
flips
we're
the
not
race.
even 100 of 167 laps, but this changes everything that we were talking about.
Unless another caution comes out, that's money stop.
Yeah.
And here it is. And
Is this new?
Paul
One of the
Newton.
playoff drivers.
And he doesn't have a fast repair left if he's in it.
Three,
Neither does Kevin Smith.
3 out of 4 if it's Newton. We'll find out.
All of them used it.
Oh,
but
here.
Ryan Bloom.
O'Hare. Yeah,
Yep.
oh, wow. He tags into
Oh,
Smith.
but he's. Oh, whoa.
Oh, that's the end of the safer barrier.
No, he saved it. That's money, son.
That's Kevin
He
Smith.
saved it.
But by the way, that's Paul Newton that got into
Yeah.
it. Paul Newton, Tyler King, Stephen O'Hare, all Beaver State Korean drivers have all had problems.
You ever seen teammates just wrecking the mess that he
Go down the pit road, Jason Rockefeller. They're coming to the pits as we put triple digits on the board at Homestead.
Yeah, a lot of guys are going to come in and take 4 fresh Goodyear tires. Going to try to see if I can get a word here with Paul Newton in just a few moments and get his side of the story there. But yeah, a lot of guys are going to be taking 4 fresh tires. You could expect maybe some guys to try to make it all the way to the end. Remember, I talked about earlier, 70 laps is what Jeff Stabnow said. So did Caden Anderson. Caden Anderson told me about 70 laps was about how much they can make it. So you might see some guys try to stretch it all the way to the end if it goes green. But who knows? Only time will tell. But more than likely going to be a 2-stop race if we do have a yellow.
And he's going to try to grab Paul Newton. We'll see if we can grab him in the booth real fast and find out when this event is over. No, hands down, Mark's leaving the booth before we go off the air to prepare for
well, listen, you were talking about,
Sorry, I forgot the mic was on.
well, listen. Well, y'all.
Hey, I'm not going to
listen,
drink while
y'all-
working.
y'all
We'll
had-
do our
listen,
job and
y'all-
then we have an adult beverage.
Y'all had to prep and prepare before you came on the air, right?
I gotta
Well,
hit it,
I've got to prep and prepare before we get in the trunk of my car. I got
That's
to make sure
right.
everything's the same thing. Preparation, okay? It's all about preparation. It's the same thing. It's about preparation,
That's
okay?
right.
I got to have a game plan going into
I
it.
like it.
Charles Wooten,
Like
let's
it.
check in from you in Texas, my buddy, for the iRacing on LSRTV Community Radio Network Rocket Racing Media coverage. Are you enjoying this broadcast from Homestead and your take of this race so far for the Championship 4 tonight for the trucks at Homestead?
I got one word for you: eventful. They've kind of got spread out, but at the same time, all of our Championship 4 drivers have had, something. They've had walls or other cars, trucks hit them. It's not been a complete just one driver check out that's actually in contention. Now, Caden Anderson, he may have checked out a little bit, but nobody in the Final 4 has actually just taken off and left this race.
Yeah, we welcome you back inside the broadcast booth as Mark, myself, Wesley here. Welcome you again. Charles is joining us along the way as well. And this is not done. Can we say this, Mark? We see this all the time in ARCA, Truck, Cup, Xfinity. I find it kind of ironic that 3 Beaver State racing drivers,
Wrecking
all
each
3
other.
are having problems. They're bonsaiing off of one another. They're racing each other harder than they're racing their competition.
Well, the first thing I want to say is, you talking about this not being over. Well, I've been listening to you talking about how this is, 50 miles longer
Yes.
than most races?
Yes.
So they've got to prepare. That's kind of like the Coca-Cola 600.
Yeah,
Remember in the last 100 miles?
That's right.
Everybody
Is when
blowing up.
everything starts happening. So in the last 50 miles of this may be the most exciting, wild thing we've ever seen or imagined.
Yeah.
And as far as the teammates wrecking each other, I'd hate to know how that team meets is going to go Monday. And I bet they all don't sit. I bet they don't all sit at the same Thanksgiving table either.
Ain't none of them going to have a good conversation at the end of this one.
Thanksgiving will not be good Thursday.
I can imagine that somebody's hitting that press button going, bleep,
Yeah.
bleep,
Yeah.
bleep. We ain't going to tell anybody what we're going to say, but
And by the way, we hope that you and all yours
Oh,
have a
it is
great
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving
Oh,
as
yeah.
well. We got an update from the pits. Let's go back down before the restart to Jason Rockefeller. What you got, buddy?
Yeah, I just talked to Paul, and he says that Kevin Smith just pretty much came down. He thinks that Kevin thought that he was going to run a little bit lower, and Kevin just seemingly came right down in front of Paul. And I also asked Paul there, what he thinks about the possibility of these guys trying to stretch it all the way. He says, and I quote, "It's just too long. He can't see these guys trying to stretch it all the way." But I mean, come on, guys. You guys know, we all know here watching these races these last few weeks, there's going to be guys who are going to try to stretch it, but only time will tell. We're getting ready for the restart.
Approaching lap 100, 67 to go. Championships on the line. Hayden Anderson brings it back to speed, and we feel the roar at Homestead on the restart at lap 100. Trouble, turn 4. I believe that's Toby Ritter's at his 8th safer barrier out of turn number 4.
No, he's still going.
No, who was that? I believe it's Devin West. Kevin Smith is off the pace. And we still stay under the green flag. And Troy Daggett is the one that slammed hard into the wall. And we stay under the green flag, though. No yellow flags, Harry.
He went below the racing line. iRacing rules, not
That's
like
right.
NASCAR rules that you're
Whoa,
used to.
Dan West Jr. in the wall.
Okay, now that might bring out the cost if he lost it, but he didn't. He owns the wall. But NASCAR rules, you spin out, caution, iRacing below that white line, out of that race group. We ain't throwing that caution. What's a caution?
That's right. Look at Chris White, by the way. Beautiful looking silver plaque 47 down to the inside. 2021 Cup Series champion of the Northwest. And by the way, speaking of the Northwest Racing Series, I can't believe, Mark, how fast the seasons flew by in reality and for virtual. The final race of the night for the trucks, the final race of the championship season, Monday night for the Cup cars of the Northwest.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. It always seems like the first race, you're looking at months and months, and then next thing you know, it's
where did it go?
Yeah, your championship, you're like, well, what happened, you know? And then you think how long it's going to be. And all season, they ain't no all season. You blink your eyes, we're right back at it again.
Not because the season will fire back up around February, March for the new season. 10th season coming up for the trucks.
You know what's funny is we talked about it earlier. We were like, man, it stinks. Their last race car for the Northwest Truck Series. And he was like, we got stuff that'll keep us busy. And he's not lying. We got a Toys for Tot race coming up for charity. It's going to happen. We got real life stuff that's going to move on.
Right.
You have, I believe you said Snowball Derby's about to happen. You're about to have the New Year's, what's here?
The New Year's Bash, the Icebreaker, the Thanksgiving Classic,
Southern National.
We were hyping up about that.
Yeah.
$50,000
And then there's a race at Carteret in December, too.
That's right. The Race of Champions on December 10th.
There's so much racing in the off-season.
Listen,
racing basically goes from January 1st to December 31st.
That's it.
There is no break.
With a couple of comatose weekends of rainouts.
In some form or fashion, it's pretty much year-round.
Because it ain't been called because of weather anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. A couple of teammates with staff now. West battling. Cooper inside. How about Aaron Cooper? Got to give props to the 71 Bug-Eyes. Solid top 10 run right now in the 6th position for that driver. He knows I call him Bug-Eyes. Why are you laughing for?
Because he always has the craziest picture on this thing. Producer guy. Show my man Aaron Cooper. So Mark over here can see what we're talking about.
This is why I call him Bug-Eyes.
Let's put the picture up of old Aaron Cooper here. Because he throws me off every time I see his face on here. Because he makes the craziest face in the world right there. You see what I'm saying? Every time I got to say his name and I got to see it going through the starting grid, I'm
I
like,
think that
what?
was one of the selfies at one of your after parties.
Terry, I see. Is that, listen, usually that's my face about 3 a.m. Usually about 3 a.m. when I've got to that point. And when I get to that point, someone needs to just tuck me in and put me to bed, okay? I'm done.
That's me 10 years ago when I was still drinking heavily and I fall asleep with boots and britches on. Like, that's it.
Dan West Jr., Sean Reichsman, Ryan Bloom trying to now run down King. By the way, King would win the championship. He is in the number 4 spot. And Terry, you remember the problems that 21 had earlier in the race here at Homestead.
I don't know where in the heck Kevin King come from. I got to tell you that right
Tyler
now.
King.
Tyler King. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm thinking contender for a second.
Yeah.
See, when this is over, I got contender coming up next week. My racing world doesn't stop in the iRacing world, but Tyler King comes out of nowhere, and he's up in fourth. He hasn't been in the top 5.
I'll tell you exactly where King came from. He laid back, stayed in a safe place, and watched everybody else trip over themselves.
And there he is.
He had a problem, remember?
Yeah, and now he's taking advantage of it.
He's there.
Yeah.
No fast repair left for him.
And what did we say? If you're going to have a problem, do it early.
Do it early, and
that
he
we
did
have
it
time
early.
to recover. And he said time to recover.
He did it early.
Yeah.
And here he is.
Yeah.
Hands down, whatever problem he had, like we said, do it early, so you do not have to worry about the mindset of trying to recover later on. Jason closing in on under 60 laps to go, under 50 laps to go. What's your take of some of these drivers? And obviously, for the most part, it's been Ryan Bloom, but Tyler King is now showing prosper momentum in the 21 for a title.
Yeah, I just went down and talked to Ryan Bloom. He says these guys are probably going to pit around lap 140, 150 maybe. He says they're probably not going to be able to make it all the way to the end on fuel, obviously. But like I said, some guys, though, they might just try to pull something out. Even though Kevin Smith and Ryan Bloom just told me it was impossible. You know, we've seen crazier things. I wouldn't be shocked if guys try to save it all the way to the end. But, I mean, I do agree with him. I can't see these guys trying to make it all the way on one tank. But like Ryan Bloom said, I'm going to expect some guys probably around lap 140, maybe 150, just so they can get some fresh tires on and be able to make it all the way to the end on fuel.
We got something happening inside the production booth. Let's go check in with Mr. Charles Wooten, our producer.
So yeah, I always like to bring this fact in there. We're not in any jeopardy yet, so we don't have to freak out yet. But I just want to point out we have 55 laps to go with only 44 minutes left on the clock. If we get a string of 3 or 4 cautions, cautions breeding cautions, we very well could be looking at a time limit here, and just because this is an extra long race.
And what would that be? 4 or 5 times this year, Terry?
Yeah.
We've had to call races because of time.
Yeah.
Yes, they got time here for these races.
I didn't realize that. That's definitely a key factor that can turn. Yeah.
And he does. They do the same thing on iRacing as the owner here does here.
For tomorrow night.
Time limits on them. You're going. Hey, listen. You want to go out here and wreck a bunch of cars? You want to have a bunch of junk torn up in parking lots? We're gonna put a time limit on you.
Hey,
go throw the car.
But listen, you have to do that. I mean, if you want to make race events happy, especially in reality, you've got to do that. You cannot keep race fans out here held hostage in a nice term all night long, all day long for racing events.
You know what I say, though, about time limits? This is the best thing you can tell the racer and the driver's meet, okay? Right. There's a time limit. They're like, you've got so many laps for time limit. You tell them, y'all, we don't want to end this race. We don't want to end this race for y'all. You go out, you race clean, you get it in. Don't force us to decide this championship by having to end the race for y'all because of the time limit. We'd rather leave it in the racer's hands.
And you think about ending it in a time limit. You think that any of those fans pay their ticket to come see the show tomorrow night, wants to see it, or tonight? Because good morning from Florence, South Carolina. Good morning. Yeah, good morning. Even to Central Time. Good morning.
I can't believe I'm up this late and I'm not in the bar.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, we will be. We will be at some point when the Northwest Truck Series is over. We'll be at a truck bar over there.
Yeah.
I got to tear all this stuff down first. Man, hey, Mark Turner, you're the to-go bar. Here's what Charles said,
Yeah.
for sure. Jason, coming upon 50 laps to go, buddy. Your take of this race, and man, Hayden Anderson, we saw what he did last week in Phoenix, Homestead, kind of similar but different in comparison configuration, but definitely that 37 is trying to make a point here, especially since he didn't get a chance to race for a championship.
Yeah, for sure, Wesley. I mean, Caden's just been putting on a clinic here tonight, both him and Cole Raz. And surprisingly enough, Chris White's up there. He's plus 10 spots from where he started. Chris White was one of the guys when I first joined LSRTV. He was in contention, and I believe he finished second at Richmond, where Caden Anderson nearly lapped the entire field. And the only driver he couldn't get past was Chris White. So shout out to Chris right now as he moves in the P2 spot. Actually, him and Cole Raz are swapping. But back to your stance on the championship. So far, it's been really interesting. You keep seeing a lot of these playoff guys here that are in the Final Four keep having mishaps. You know, it's just going to be interesting to see. You know, still a little while to go. These last few laps are going to feel like, you know, time's just ticking by super, super slow for these guys in the Final Four.
Not done yet. Under 50 laps to go. We're also at the top of the hour. Coming up on it, we'll pause for 10 seconds of radio identification. The championship at Homestead. iRacing on LSRTV and the Community Radio Network when we return.
Community Radio Network, WCRN 87.9 FM, Clayton, Garner, Raleigh, North Carolina, USA. We are CRN. Your CRN, my CRN, our CRN. We are CRN. The Community Radio Network now and the new WCRN 87.9 FM. And still always anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. We are CRN.
Hey, it's broadcast personality Wesley Outlet up topside at one of the great racetracks of the world, the Caraway Speedway. And I'd like to remind you to join us every Wednesday afternoon at 1 p.m. Eastern to 3 p.m. Eastern with coverage of Finish Line, where we talk to everybody from NASCAR to grassroots, like right here at Caraway Speedway. Carolina's Fox Sports Radio affiliates, iHeartRadio, and on the Community Radio Network at 87.5 FM. And remember, thanks to Live Sim Racing Productions, you can actually see the guest panel, ask their questions, get interactive with us with comments and so much more in our chat box. Finish Line every Wednesday. Join us every week. Welcome back. Lap 122 of 167 laps. We've got Mark Turner from ARCA NASCAR official joining us here at Florence Motor Speedway. We've got Mr. Terry Radford, if he would stop blocking our light, joining us alongside. And we're ready for the home stretch, aren't we, boys? Are we ready now for the home stretch for the title?
Oh, I'm staged and ready.
Are you yawning?
I wouldn't say yawning. I'd say more getting ready for what's in the trunk.
I just hope he's not going to turn orange and hit the floor on us like a pumpkin. It's past midnight.
Yeah, Halloween was over.
Listen, hold on now. What time did I go to bed last night?
I have no idea.
I hit that pillow and I was done.
Listen,
so you didn't have to be rotten asleep. Huh?
No, the bottle was in the fridge. Well, we talked about it.
Whoa! Hey guys, look at this battle.
Oh, Bloom missed the wall.
Bloom and King going at it. And King scampers away from Bloom and separates by stab now. I know we're excited and having fun, but I just saw that great boost there.
The same thing that happened when he got into Stephen O'Hare.
Stephen O'Hare.
Same thing happened back to him, but he didn't catch the wall. He missed it, and he also didn't lose the time that Stephen O'Hare lost. So he's still in contention. Bloom's still there, separated by Jeff Stabnow, but you got to think with the 25, he's the only one there that he ain't got to worry about nothing. And you think Jeff Stabnow not going to just roll over and let him go? Jeff's going to be like, hey, man, you just take that bottom. I got you. Let's just roll out of it a little bit.
And Bloom is marked. He's going to we're going to get you back here closer. This lens.
It's a makeshift.
I wonder if we pull back here a little bit. Maybe that might
the only thing I pull back is
you don't need to. You're too big as it is.
Thanks.
But where me and Mark are, honestly, there you go. Yeah, I'm the guy in the middle. There we go. I'm trying to get it where all three of us can be on the camera together. But what I was going to say, though, Mark, is if you're Ryan Bloom, you want to reset. You want to get right back after the 21 of Tyler King. That's exactly what he's doing as he gets around his teammate.
Oh, yeah. Like I say, he's wanting to focus. I mean, he's wanting to get back in the game. He sees the prize. I mean, let's face it. He sees the prize in front of him. And he knows he's just got to go by that one truck.
Here he comes.
Where he needs to be. So, yeah, I mean, it's coming down to this. I mean, we're late. We're getting late in this race. I mean, there's no time for mistakes. He's got to be dead on when he makes this move.
And I will say this also, as it looks like it's feeding time with closing in under 40 to go. You want to get around him. You want to respect him, though. You want to make a pass. You don't want to be doing anything wrong.
You want my honest answer?
You put him in the wall?
You want an honest response to what that was? Because look at here. Look what just happened when the 25 jumped up there to the outside of the 21.
What?
What'd he do? 25 went up the racetrack.
Yeah.
Why'd he go up the racetrack? He didn't pinch him.
No,
He went up. He went up, and blocked him.
Yeah.
He went up, and pushed up. He got
Well, he's
into
doing
it.
it again.
But look, he keeps doing it. He blocked into the low side. He's blocked into the high side. If I'm that 25, I'm going to do the same thing we watched happen in the early part of this race when Dan West Jr. and them tried to push up there, and he ends up going over.
And maybe that was too early when that happened.
Maybe. But if I'm the 25 right here, I'm getting on that quarter panel. I'm making him work for it. I'm making him overdrive that truck. I'm making him rotate the front 2 tires, slide the back 2 a little bit more, push him tight, make him wear the tires completely off that thing, and just push him in the corner.
Do you agree with this, Mark? Do you agree with this analysis?
I mean, I do, but like you kept saying, this is a multi-groove, progressive banking.
Progressive banking,
so,
that's right.
I mean, it's made for stuff like this. So it basically, he's got the high line, so he can keep his momentum up.
That's right.
You know, as he's coming down turns, he's got the momentum up. The 21 is kind of being pinched down. He can't keep the momentum up. Now we got the 46 coming on pit road.
Sean Brightsman on pit road.
That's early.
Hitting the Brights Boutique entry, trying to get an undercut maybe on everybody else. Jason, he's in front of you on pit road. Could this be the money stop for the Puyallup, Washington driver?
Yeah, it very well could be. You have some other drivers in. Ray Forder is also in. I mean, even though he was in the back, but Sean Brightsman, yes, you're very well correct. Probably more than likely, Wesley. He could just be trying the undercut. And now Jeff Stabnow is in. You see a lot of these guys coming in. Once one goes, they all start to go. Jeff Stabnow's in now. Who's next to fall? You just got to think to yourself, when are Tyler King and Ryan Bloom gonna pit? Like I said before, these guys, they're thinking one stop. You know, it's just going to be about, though, is when do you pit? Because when you pit, you could really project how the end of your race outcome's going to be.
What's that old name? 2 birds and a feather flock together, or something of that analogy there, Terry Radford?
I was going to go with monkey see, monkey do.
There you go.
I was going to say your flies down with that reference, but if you're anybody up here in the top position,
you're fired.
Well, yeah, I mean, here comes Devin West, but to be perfectly frank with you, if you're Kevin King or Tyler King, I don't know Kevin King. If you're Tyler King or Ryan Bloom, pit together. You're just as fast. Pit together. You're on different cycles of your tires. Let's see. Go heads up. 1-on-1. Who wins this race? Who wins the championship? Because of just who's the fastest driver.
That's right. Well, and Terry, and I'm thinking the same thing also, man. These drivers that might be pitting, they're trying to get in the undercut. They're trying to get in the head of the game of some of these other drivers that might have said, okay, maybe I can go a little bit further. Now you're trying to maybe call someone's bluff. Maybe they realize the clock is running out. Time is running out. They know aggressiveness is about to settle in. Look at Stephen O'Hare. This could be a money stop for him. He just gave up a run in the top 10.
For him, he had to do something different.
Yeah.
He already had the damage. His race is over. His race has been over.
Everything I said, you blew it.
I'm sorry. His race has been over. I mean, I'm going to call a spade regardless.
He wasn't the lead lap, though. Not anymore.
I mean, not anymore, but this is a massive racetrack. To go a lap down here, you know, you're off the pace. He has not that far off. But look here, Brightsman's going to unlap himself, and this could be a potential problem for these drivers. Old tires, new tires. He's going to shoot that sucker 3 wide off the exit of 4, and that was smart.
Clown to the left of me, Jokers to the right. In the middle is the 2021 Cup champion of Chris White. Ryan Bloom on a hunt for a title as well.
I thought he was referring to the booth. I wasn't sure. I thought he was referring to the booth.
Clowns to the left,
Jokers to the right.
Yeah,
and he's stuck in the middle of that.
I guess that'll go both ways as well.
Yeah.
I said we're the 3 racing broadcast amigos. You know, because we had the 3. Have y'all?
I don't have the sombrero.
Have you ever seen the movie?
Well, I'll tell you what. I think we're going to lap down the broadcast booth.
Yeah. Black for the broadcast.
I think we're going to lap down the broadcast booth.
Oh wow! They castrated me here in the middle. Anderson
Not yet.
Yeah.
White is in second, Bloom is third. He's back in front for a title. Hey, by the way, let's check in with Jason Rockefeller, the championship 4. Bloom, King, Newton, 3 trucks within 4 spots, fighting for those spots right now. Is we'll check in with Jason Rockefeller
He had
in
to
a
use the little
moment.
girls'
But
room.
look at Snap now trying to make a run back through the field as the lap down.
Yeah, fresh tires going to do that. He's going to feel like a $1 million man.
Do you realize, Mark Terry, if a caution comes out, 42.89 for Devin West, 32.89 for Devin West, fast time for Devin West.
A lot of draft.
Who was flying through the air earlier, looking right in the middle. He's a clown in the middle right now. Yeah, look at him, stuck in the middle, trying to get around Johnson, Smith, Portier, Raz. Johnson slips as he works off the exit of the corner, and West says, excuse me, I'm going to come to the bottom, and here comes the leader on pit road, Caden Anderson.
Caution.
Money stop.
I'm going to try to jinx
30 to
this
go.
because I want to see him drive through the field. I'm going to jinx it. Yes, producer guy. I'm going to jinx it because, Mark, you don't, the broadcast.
Oh, yeah. Broadcast.
We jinx them on iRacing every week.
Not listening to you anymore.
Caution's going to come out in 5 laps. Mark my words. We'll crystal ball that one.
I mean, if we, we're in the tower. We're in the tower. We need to start looking for a paper
We need to
towel
look
or
for something.
piece of paper, paper towel, something on the track. I mean, yeah.
There's one right yonder.
Yeah. No, that's just my empty can.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Sorry,
Yeah, that's okay.
Sorry, I was hoping you wouldn't see that.
Recycle.
Yeah.
Be kind, please rewind.
Do we have a 3-second, 10-second
money stop
delay
for
here?
the champion possibly here. Ryan
And he
Bloom is
undershot
in.
it.
Oh, no.
He undershot it. That's going to cost him time on pit road.
And these are the things we talk about in the championship. You cannot make these mistakes. He overshot his pit stall. Here comes Tyler King. Chris
gonna pass
White
him.
coming out of pit
They
road.
passed him.
And Tyler King has got just past Ryan Bloom. That might have been cost for the championship, that middle era on pit road there, Mark Turner.
Oh, yeah. I mean, getting late in the game, I mean, that's when mistakes starts happening. So you let your focus slip just for a second, and that's when stuff like that starts happening. Your race starts unraveling. I mean, we're, 139, 140, we're getting, about 27 laps to go. I mean,
right.
yeah, it's getting down to it.
30 to go.
Oh, Terry's about to call it again.
Cole Raz dirt tracking it off of 4 a little bit, mixed up with fast trucks, small, slow trucks. Jason, you got a copy. Oh, man, what a mistake for Ryan Bloom there.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Terry called it perfectly. Was going to say he undershot the pit box coming in there, and that is going to cost him a ton of time. So he's going to have a lot of ground to make back up. Only time will tell, though. But Terry's right. This could turn into a late race yellow if it does just happen. We've seen it before. It happened last week in Phoenix. It could happen again here tonight.
Well,
I've
Not
got
done
something
yet.
out of pocket to say.
what do you got, Terry?
Charles, can I say something out of pocket?
Permission granted.
Oh, I can say
You're
it?
not being paid. But
I could say something completely out of pocket. Okay. So here we are at Florence.
yes.
We are at
We're
Florence.
at Florence right now.
Yeah, live and in color.
Wasn't there somebody else that worked here before me that should have been sitting here?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So that person that's sitting here that should have been not me. I should have been in iRacing doing whatever, not sitting here.
Right.
We're calling a race here and doing a live show with what's his name? Something Junior. What's his name? Dale Jr.
Oh, Dale Earnhardt.
Oh, that's right. Oh, and who's that other gentleman that's here? Oh, that's right, Josh Berry. Carson Quaffle?
Ty Majeski.
Ty Majeski's here.
Bobby McCarty.
Bobby McCarty. Landon Huffman.
Landon Huffman. Lane Griggs.
Yeah. It's weird.
I don't want to get off subject.
Shock.
but
I don't
yeah.
want to get off subject on this, but
yeah.
we got a
We're here
virtual
doing
race here.
double
We're here
duty.
doing double duty. We're up at what time is it? 1:08 in the morning.
That's right.
What time did we get here this morning?
Probably about before 12 noon.
Mark, what time did you get here this morning?
Probably about 108.
Hey, what do you
I was here by noon.
what do you do for a living?
Well, race official
That's right. So you're a race official for what? For NASCAR?
for NASCAR Arctic
Okay.
Cars Tour and INEX.
Wasn't somebody else supposed to be sitting there calling the race with Wesley Austin and a
Make your
NASCAR
point.
official? I'm just wondering how. I'm not cold. It's 75 degrees up here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 34 outside.
That's when you just got to rise above the negativity comment in the booth. People want to hate because they're not
Oh,
a part of it.
and as of 2 hours ago, an announcer.
It's all good.
You're an announcer.
Yeah, announcer.
Mark, you're an announcer now.
Mark, you've announced before, though.
Yeah, hey, I was tracking announcers
Well,
for 3 years at Greenville, Texas.
You're a virgin over here in the iRacing side.
Racetrack.
Yes, indeed. You're a
Over
virgin
25
over here.
laps to go now. Under 25 for Mac. Well, you like being a polar bear anyway, Charles. I mean, come on. Yeah. You just have to ignore. Thank you for the comments that are positive. The people that want to hate, they're going to hate. And
the haters gonna hate.
We're the one up topside in a press box at a real NASCAR track doing a real broadcast. Who's the guy I met today?
Sorry,
I mean,
Matthew Dillner. I met Matthew Dillner today for the first time.
And you know,
you forget with the pit road TV.
You forget the best part of it. We don't have to pay to get in.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're going to watch the race right here.
Get in.
I don't have to pay for it. I have a Flow Racing membership, but I ain't got to watch it on Flow. I'm going to sit here and watch it right here on pit road. I'm going to watch it out yonder. Look at your championship, though.
Let that guy knock
Let's
you
look
off
here.
the track here.
So King out here still sitting there. Look, Bloom all the way back here. He's almost 10 seconds back. He needs a caution, and he needs it now. And my 5 laps went right out the window.
Yeah, Newton, by the way, is the man that's up in front. He's the driver that's one of the championship 4. Paul Newton, Designs truck. Jason, did you see this coming in the 427?
He's still in the little girl's room.
Jason, what you got for us, buddy, on Newton?
I think he's getting a cheeseburger.
I gotta tell. I'm not taking care of no virtual business. I'm taking care of my dog who keeps barking at the raccoons outside. But Paul. Yeah, we got raccoons here in New Jersey out in the backyard. But anyways, yeah, Paul's doing a really good job. I talked to him before. He said that the car is just trying to keep on to it. It's been a while since we last pitted. Right now, looking at the lap times, I mean, we've fallen off pretty much about 2 seconds since the last time we went green. So, I mean, these trucks are a handful to drive right now. He's just hoping and praying that these guys don't cause, the dreaded yellow. So, I mean, only time will tell. So, Paul right now, though, is doing a great job out front. He does not want the Y word.
20
What, a yellow?
laps to go. Yeah, the yellow flag, the Banana Republic flag. Color yellow if you don't know what it is.
Let's jinx that, because I want to see a yellow flag.
Mark, what are you thinking, buddy? We're at the home stretch here.
I was going to say, Newton right now, he's in a position to control his own destiny. Basically, that's where we got to. Newton, he can control his own destiny as much as he can. Now, if caution comes out, that's it. But if we go green, it's in his hands. One slip, one mistake, it's over. But right now, he's in a position to control his destiny.
29 degrees right now here, by the way, at Florence Motor Speedway. It is cold. We were experiencing the cold temperatures messing the phone up. I've had that happen because of hot weather. I've now experienced it with the cold. But it's been fun. We've enjoyed it, and we've got more coverage tomorrow. And we hope you enjoyed this iRacing coverage here. Thank you, by the way, before we go in closing. No, not yet. Thank you to Steve and Jacqueline Zacharias. Thank you to Zach Owen for helping us get set up earlier with all of our equipment and setup. It was fun. It was exciting. We've enjoyed it. It was only practice day. It was, it's only the start of what we've got for the next 2 days of racing starting tomorrow. We got a battle now for the lead. Only fitting Caden Anderson to get back up there. And by the way, if Paul Newton's got to pit, he is giving up the race for a championship. Wow. Give the lead.
He had no choice.
Give the lead back to Caden Anderson and put Tyler King in P5 back to a race for a championship in 21.
He had no choice whatsoever. Stabnow's not going to have a choice. Brightsman's not going to have a choice.
Wow.
You got the 5. He's going to lead this. He's going to be second
King
this
up
race.
To 4th now.
Yeah.
O'Hare to 7th.
Yeah. The 5
to 10th.
The 5's on old tires. The 5's on old tires. You're going to have Bloom try to come up here and run it. If you want to see a race for the championship, we need a caution. We need a caution flag to come out because the 21 doesn't have to pit. He's already pitted. He had an amazing pit stop.
That's right.
I mean, that was a flawless stop from start to finish. He didn't undershoot the pit box. He hit that sucker right on the money, but Bloom did.
King and Bloom both did, Mark, and we saw what happened to Ryan Bloom in the 25. He overshot the pit box, and that cost him. King was flawless and beat him out.
And beat him by a country mile, to say the least. I mean, it was a 10-second lead, and it still sits at around 10 seconds. There is no chance, to quote the great Vince McMahon's theme song, no chance in the hell he catches him unless a caution comes out.
Unless a caution comes out.
Yeah, I mean,
unless the yellow flag comes out, Terry, 15 to go.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, I mean, we've been focusing about stuff on the track, but it's won and lost in the pits just as much as it is. I mean, making just a little mistake slide through.
Small.
And having to back up, just little stuff like that, and it's gone.
What's that Montgomery Gentry song? Gone like the freight train, gone like yesterday.
Yeah, she's gone.
And it happened. And it's gone. Now the championship's
look
gone.
At White now having the Lincoln knot issues on the 47 down to the bottom. Stab down will follow here in the top 5.
And how crazy would that Blinken actually call the caution? Because if that would happen, and we hear Jason's got an issue or got a report with Paul Newton.
14 to go. What do you got for us, Jason? Paul Newton with an update on the number 21 or the 27.
Yeah, Paul was trying right there, guys. I was just going to say, because we were just talking about him, how good he was doing. I didn't really notice until I looked at his last pit lap, and I was sitting here talking to myself. I'm like, wait a minute. He pitted last on lap 98. He's going to try the strategy. He's going to be the only one who's going to try to stretch it all the way to the end. Well, he tried the hardest he can. I think he was anticipating a yellow for sure. I mean, if the yellow comes out now, he's going to look like the smartest man on earth, because he's going to have the freshest tires. Everybody else, you got to think, would pit. So Paul tried the strategy. It didn't play out. Now all he's hoping for is a yellow.
13 to go. Bold strategy, Terry Radcliffe. We'll see if it pays off for a championship for the 21 of Tyler King right now. Your championship 4, positioned on track with Caden Anderson leading, is Tyler King for the championship right there. He's in 3rd. You have Stephen O'Hare in 8th, Ryan Bloom in 10th, and Paul Newton, the update that Jason just gave us, in the top 15, and he is fading back.
I'm upset at Ryan Bloom. He let me down.
The mistake on pit.
Disappointed me there.
But, Mark, we talk about this in reality in ARCA NASCAR events all the time. You want to make it to the championship 4. You want to make it for a run for a title. You got to be flawless that last race of the season. You can't make any mistakes, and that's a team error that was just made there by the 25.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, I mean, you're competing against 3 other people. You know, it's not the whole field; it's 3 other people. But
right.
you've got to go one step further than them. You've got to make sure that everything on your end's covered. You know, when you come into pit stop, you've got to stop on your marks. Your crew has to be on their marks. I mean, everything has to go together in situations like this, because there's no, well, we'll recover next week. This is it.
Yeah, and by the way, I mentioned team in reality. It's you virtually by yourself when you bring the cars down to your virtual pit crew, as we have 10 to go here at Homestead. Terry Radford.
And I'd hate to overshadow the championship 4. Their stats to get here, everything that they've done to accomplish what they've accomplished so far. Did anybody in the chat, did anybody, up here think that we would talk about 21 of Tyler King leading this championship 4 race?
I thought he was out of it about halfway.
I thought he was done.
I thought it was all Bloom
early in this race. I thought the 25, I think we all thought the 25 was the driver. Did we think that, oh my gosh, Stephen O'Hare would be P2 in the championship?
Right, he's in 8.
He's had a great season.
Yeah.
Tyler King's had a great season. Hasn't had the best season. Hadn't had Caden Anderson's season, but he had one. Did we think that Kevin Smith would be 5 laps down? Did we think that maybe Paul Newton would be 1 lap down?
Right.
No. Here he sits 1 lap down.
8 to go at the line.
And
Single digits here at Homestead now. And if you are Caden Anderson, if you're Tyler King, let them run their race. Let them do their thing. You're looking at the bigger picture right now, Mark Turner.
Yeah, I mean, right now they don't want a caution. They don't want a caution. They're holding their breath. They just want this thing to run out as it is. I mean, they're both in control. They're destined at this point. Anderson's going to get the win. King the championship. They just want it to go out as it is.
Coming to the line, 7. Now make it 6 laps to go for the season. 12 miles remaining, or less than that.
I'm not very good at math, so you can kind of, throw math out there all day long. I don't know it.
I'm not good at it either.
Well, actually, we're a mile and a half. We're about 6 miles remaining when we come to the line here.
I'll buy that one because I don't do the math thing. But let's forget the championship 4 for a second. Like let's unless a caution comes out, let's hypothetically just forget the championship 4
exists. 12 miles to go.
What the 37's done. What the 37's done here this race. That Chevy has been blistering fast from start to finish.
That's right.
Qualifying, pole, race, dominant. Like
we saw him totally do an upset at Phoenix last week.
Well, I mean, we can call it an upset for the playoffs. But Caden Anderson winning will never be an upset in the Northwest Truck Series. It'll never be an upset to me in iRacing, period.
Right.
Because that guy right there can win in street stocks on there, dirt late models, sprint cars, 410s, whatever.
And by the way, guys, he's a real Northwest late model racer.
That's right. He's a real late model racer, and he can win across the board, son. Right. I mean, you put him in the Cup Series, he wins. You put him in the trucks, he wins. You put him. I watched an official race just for laughs, just to see who he was, learn about him. The kid went out and won by 2 laps.
Right.
He beat them by 2 laps. There were people leaving the session because he were whipping their butt so bad. I left the session with 3 to go because I felt like I got lapped like 10 laps.
We'll bring you inside the broadcast booth for the finish of this race as it is closing down to 3 laps to go, and the run for the championship underway for Caden Anderson, Sean Brinksman, and Tyler King as we continue to watch. First, Anderson, leader, winner of the battle, the war. Tyler King in 21 in the 3rd spot, about 9 seconds back Mark Turner, but very comfortable, like you said, doing exactly what he needs to do methodically to lock up this race, lock up a championship.
Oh, yeah, right now, like I say, he's just holding his gap. He's not wanting to be around any trucks. He doesn't want to risk anything happening. He's just wanting to hold his line, hold his spot, be careful around lap traffic, and just run this thing out to the finish.
Terry, home stretch we go.
I want to see a caution, but I'm selfish.
Under 5 miles remaining, 3 miles when they come to the line.
I'm impressed with the 21. I stood up here, and I hope he was watching. I hope the first thing he says if he wins that championship is Terry.
Well, your pick was Ryan Bloom.
Yeah,
you were going with Ryan Bloom
to the end. But I hope he tells me, Terry, you slept on me. I hope he tells me I'm wrong. I hope that's what he says.
I got to tell you this. It's been an honor the last 3 years to follow the run, the trials, the tribulations for a man that was in the Pills Oranges entry for number 21. Then he hooked up with Stephen O'Hare, Beaver State Racing, and American Touch-Up at More Speed. And the rest is history. Coming out of turn 4, CRN 1 to go. The white flag in the air for Caden Anderson. He is the man that's leading the way down the back straightaway. A strong run for the man out of Yakima, Washington. He'll pick up his 6th win to close the season for the trucks. He will also go back-to-back after winning at Phoenix last week as he works his way off of turn number 4. We watch the winner of the battle, Caden Anderson, but now the winner of the war, which is the 2022 Northwest Racing Series truck title in Season 9, the Toyota number 21. Tyler King will come to the line. He is the champion of the 2022 season by virtue of being the highest finisher of the 4 drivers not winning the race, Marker Terry.
Well, I mean, it's like we said all along. You didn't have to win the race to win the championship.
That's right.
And that 21, I mean, he came. I mean, he had problems. He fought back. We counted him out.
And I promise you, one day that is going to happen in real NASCAR Touring Championship 4 competition.
I think next season.
Next season.
We'll
see.
But
here's the celebration for the winner and the champion.
What a season. I joined late, but next year, we get to call start to finish Northwest Truck Series competition
And Cup.
and Cup.
I
We
think
got
you
back
moved
to
up the
back.
Cup series
We
as well.
get the
Yeah.
Cup and we get the truck. A great ambassador for the Northwest Series. A great ambassador for his sponsors, his team. There was 3 of them.
That's right. Here they
One
come.
of them had to win.
Paul
Here they
Newton,
come. They're coming to
Tyler
celebrate
King
with him.
and
Yeah.
Stephen O'Hare.
This is a team victory.
and a heartbreak for Ryan
Oh,
Bloom.
yeah.
Big heartbreak because he had it won. I mean, he had it won. It would have been a close battle between the two, and they're going to Frank Harris comes in and gives him a little bit of, hey, man, congratulations.
The
Here's a
legend,
hit.
the legend Frank Harris.
The legend.
Yes.
Not just the legend.
And Mark, what do you think? We call this the Northwest High Five Salute
That's awesome. It's awesome
for
sight to see.
celebrating,
Yeah.
right?
Look,
And-
they're
and
calling
like-
a line pushing.
Yeah.
This is all of the more speed.
Oh.
What hang time for Devin West. He just shot to the moon.
Roll everything with a line.
Yeah.
Roll everything with a line.
That's going to be us
wow.
after the Pete strikeout.
Yeah,
comes.
that's gonna be my car.
Yeah.
Dude, he got shot up into another orbit. I don't even think he came back down.
That's going to be me waking up in the morning with a headache.
Well, there he is. There's the 5 somewhere. No, it's
He's
not.
hung in the catch fence or something.
He's sleeping.
Here's your. And by the way, nobody was hurt in this virtual
No.
simulation.
Don't try this at home.
Here is the unofficial
My
results
feelings
at
were-
Homestead in the championship finale. Hayden Anderson, back-to-back 5th win of the year for the 37 out of Yakima, Washington. He is the winner. John Brightsman, 2nd. Tyler King, 10 seconds back, though, is strategy of the Final 4 to win the championship in 3rd. Chris White, Cup champion last year, 4th. Cole Raz, top 5. Devin West, Ryan Bloom, Stephen O'Hare, another one of those drivers, 7th and 8th. Dan West Jr., Jeff Stabnow, Terry, your top 10.
Yeah, you look back here at 11th. You got Toby Ritters, John Ottenbacher, Frank Harris, Brett Johnson, Paul Newton. Strategy did not work. We can confirm that. It's still a lap down there at the end of the race.
It was a bold strategy. It didn't pay off.
Bold move. Didn't work. Kevin Smith, Aaron Cooper, Ray Fournier, Dan Lothier,
Lowther,
Troy
Dan Lowther. Last race of the year.
Lowther. Look, listen.
Is it-
He didn't race much. Troy Daggett. Who's the last guy out there? Russ Lundberg. Chad Malik. I said it right the first time, and you looked at me weird. And Ron Hunter.
I did not.
And for the fans at home, I'm so sorry for being unprofessional. I'll do better next time when I'm at the comfort of my own home. But I'm just too busy looking at this beautiful sight of Florence Speedway. Can't help it.
It's 2 hours. There's been haulers.
Yeah.
Big motor
There's
trailers.
it's so
They
much
can't-
excitement
they
over
ain't
here
got
for me.
nowhere to park, Mark.
Yeah.
No.
My
It's
ego's too
completely
big.
full.
My ego's too big. I need a parking spot for it out here.
Coming up the finish line, post-race, park convenient parking. Finish line,
Oh, that's right.
post-race
My
wrap-up
fault.
on the Community Radio Network. iRacing on LSRTV. We will talk to the top 3 as well as the champion. We'll also get thoughts from Sean Brightsman and Jeff Stabnow, the promoters of the Northwest Racing Series, as Caden Anderson wins here tonight at Homestead and Tyler King wins the championship. Stay with us, Mark, Terry, Wesley. We're back in a moment, as well as Jason. iRacing on LSRTV, and the championship and the season is over. Tyler King, the champion. Welcome back to the finish line. Post-race wrap-up, the final finish line of the season. Wesley Outland, Terry Radford is alongside. And Mark Turner, thank you so much for joining us in the booth as well. Mark, did you have fun, man?
I did. This was an absolute blast. I mean, I didn't imagine that all this went into, this, but it was fun. I mean, it was an absolute blast, and thank you for inviting me. I mean, it was a true honor.
It was cool being able to meet you.
Yeah.
It was an honor for you to come up and say, hey, I want to meet Wesley Outland. And I know you call me the man, the myth, the legend, the voice, but I tell everybody, I'm been blessed, and I'm a regular average Joe like anybody. I've worked hard. I'm a good old Carolina boy. You're from South Carolina. I'm from North Carolina. But, man, I just enjoy working with people. It's an honor to be here. It's an honor to have Terry here to experience this. And I always believe return the favor and never forget where you come from.
Oh, yeah. I'm saying, I have the same philosophy.
Mark, we're going to let you step away for just a moment. Just hang right with us. We'll do closing here in a minute, but we're going to grab the top three. Terry and myself will. Jason will join us in the closing wrap-up, but I want to go to the third place man. Actually, I want to say, what the heck? What are you doing? I want to go to the third place man, but we're going to go to him later. So we're going to flip-flop. We're going to flip-flop and do 2, 1, 3.
Let me get the winner.
We're going to do 2, 1, 3. Hey, you're going to ask a question. I'll ask a question.
Okay.
And, of course, we have Sean Brightsman and Jeff Stapp now to do the official, enshrinement of the champion for Tyler King. So we're going to go to second place in the race, a 2022 Northwest Cup Series champion, originally from Puyallup, Washington, now from Tucson, Arizona. Sean Brightsman, your take of this race here, one of the longest races of the year for the Northwest Truck Series at Homestead. You finish on the podium in second.
Yeah, what a race. Definitely a lot of fun. Bright's Petite Toyota Tundra was pretty good. Didn't have any speed compared to Caden. Caden was on another level, but it was fun to watch the Championship 4 battle it out throughout the race, and just happy to get a podium to end the Truck Series.
A podium, right? And you're going to take this momentum in the next season. Obviously was not racing for a championship here tonight, but you were racing for a lot of pride. And to get a second to roll into the next season, into the Northwest Truck Series, the 10th or the 11th season?
The 10th season next year, yeah.
So we hit the century mark.
A decade.
Decade. Look at me, I'm thinking we're old. We hit a decade. What's your chances of going into Daytona and winning it?
Well, right now, pretty good, because Daytona really is, a few months away, and really there's just anything up in the air right now. We haven't planned anything out yet. We're gonna relax, take this podium finish, and celebrate it. We'll worry about looking at next season, kind of towards January there. So. I think we can win it anyway, but I'll just show up and race and win. Hopefully that's the goal. So that's why we race, and that's why we're here every week is to go out there and win races. So.
Sean, are you ready for a much-needed break, buddy? I know we got the holidays coming up for Christmas, New Year's 2023, but, I know you guys are still some iRacing diehard people. So, obviously, I know there's been some talks of maybe a winter series, a short winter series, but what does it mean to finish up before Thanksgiving and be able to have a break with the family and friends, and it'll fire back up before we know it?
It's important. Everybody needs it after 31 weeks of racing, and we still got one more race to go on Monday, but everybody needs to decompress a little bit, get away from racing each other every week, and let the pent-up anger and frustration with each other go by the wayside. Enjoy the families, the holidays, and everything that goes with that. We'll all reset and be ready to go for next season, have a lot of fun. So just a huge congratulations there to Tyler King and Beaver State Racing for winning the championship. Well done by them.
Well, buddy, before we do let you go, why don't you thank the sponsors? I know you go Bright's Boutique and everyone else, but, man, thanks for all that you've done this year as well.
Yeah, thank you. Just got to thank Bright's Boutique. Check us out at brightsboutique.etsy.com. Central Welding Supply, Effective Web Solutions, Speedway Soft Wash, LSRTV, Swag Golf, Blenders Eyewear, everybody at the Northwest Racing Series for getting this stuff done and showing up to race. And then again, we'll just give a big shout out to you guys at LSRTV and CRN. Thank you guys for everything.
John, I got to ask you one more question. Did you ever think that in the 9 years of what was the Northwest Racing Series truck, the premier class for the Northwest, that the Pacific, that you would spend your final championship night in a live press box at a racetrack, or we would be in a live press box at a real NASCAR track and highlighting the best drivers of Northwest Truck Series racing on the spotlight as big as this, for sure?
I couldn't say I would have ever thought that would happen, but LSRTV and Rocket Racing Media are doing some big things, so not surprised to see them going big places.
Is Sean Brightsman, former champion, 2020 Series champion. He'll settle for the second spot here tonight in the race here at Homestead. Let's go to victory lane. Caden Anderson will pick up his 6th win to close out the year, back-to-back from Phoenix and, of course, at Homestead. Caden, man, I got to ask you this question. Congratulations, but did you have a chip on your shoulder because you didn't get a chance to really get a chance to hoist that Cup championship trophy like I know you wanted to do, and you got a shot at a Cup opportunity on Monday here at Homestead?
Yeah, I feel like we had speed all year, me and Cole and Kane Anderson Racing. So fortunately, we weren't able to run for a championship. And congrats to Tyler and Beaver State Racing. But we came out here and just decided we wanted to go out and try to win every race we could.
Well, he done that, Terry.
That he did. You go back to back. You win Phoenix. You come out here to this one. You win it as well. You're going to take a stab at winning. Obviously, I think you're my pick for the Cup championship Monday. You going to take a crack at winning the truck championship next season?
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. There's a lot of weekends in the year, and with real life racing and everything, it's hard to make every race. But we'll try to make it next year, and yeah.
Hayden, what's your take of tonight's race at Homestead if you had to grade it?
I think it was a really good race. I think we got some green flag runs and then got a couple short runs with cautions, and so overall I feel like as a group it was a good B+ race.
What do you do for the off season?
Ish.
Nothing much. Just gonna keep on practicing and getting the real race car ready for life for next year, and that's about it.
Well, buddy, it's always great to see what that Harvest Chevrolet number 37 can do. Before we let you go, my friend, I want you to thank all your sponsors. Keep that head up for next year, and we'll see what you can do for a championship in 2023.
Yeah, I want to thank Harvest Chevrolet, Studio 10 Wraps, PTI Transportation, Takedown Tackle, and that's it.
The driver out of Yakima, Washington, Caden Anderson, will pick up his 6th win back-to-back, and he wins here tonight at Homestead Miami Speedway. Now, we talked to the 3rd place finisher, up 15 spots at the checkered flag. But in addition to that, he will pick up his first ever crown jewel of the iRacing world as the Northwest iRacing Truck Series champion, the driver of the American Touch-Up Beaver State Racing More Speed number 21, Tyler King. Congratulations. What is the elation, the emotion that's going through you right now as you have finally been able to hoist a championship trophy? You've come a long way since 2020 when we met, my friend.
Yeah, thank you, Wesley. It's quite the accomplishment. It's definitely something I never expected to do. I'm a consistency guy. I don't go out and get those wins, unfortunately, but I'm just proud for our team. Everybody put in so much effort this year. Dennis, every week, putting together awesome setups. Stefan and Paul coming out every night, practicing, and being great friends, great teammates. We get along so well. It's just I'm just happy to win for the team.
Well, I mean, you proved me wrong. I thought that Bloom had it. You come out and win it. Last pit stop, Bloom undershoots the pit stall. You hit it perfect. Were you?
Yeah, I don't think I had a better pit stop in my entire life. I nailed the entry. I got right on his door going in. I wasn't sure if I made him speed or whatever happened going on there. Nailed the stop. I launched I think the best I've ever done, and got off pit road really clean and had a nice gap. I just had to maintain my run and not make any mistakes. And it took me about we'll say 90 laps to figure out how to drive around here. I had no practice all week. I tried to get in early to practice tonight, and then we discovered the race is night, and we thought it was going to be day. So we discussed whether or not we're going to switch it. We're just calling it, rain delay. We're going to start in the night and just race.
Well, the truck race at Homestead is always on a Friday night, so it's at nighttime.
Right, yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, our schedule posted on the Discord all year long has said 1 p.m. So we made the mistake there. Ryan did the same thing, but we made it out. We made it out alive. I missed qualifying because I had headset issues. Everybody on the team had issues today. So yeah, it's like I said, very surprising. I was very, very slow earlier in the race.
So any and everything that you could have went through, you went through. And by the way, you even had the problems where can you answer this for me? Mark, Tyler, and Terry and myself were saying this, and Jason as well, that it seemed like several times the Beaver State guys were racing each other as hard as they would be racing the other competition with each other. Would you agree with that?
Oh, hell yeah. We're here to compete, man. We're here to race hard and have fun. We had a lot of run-ins with the other folks out there. It was really strange. I had an incident. I'm not sure what happened, but I wasn't very happy with it. I had a bunch of other people, racing around me that I wasn't too happy with, but, they have every right to do what they're doing out there, too. So, just happy to come out alive and out front.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is always my pleasure and honor to bring in one of the people that are involved with the Northwest Racing Series, two dignitaries, and that is, of course, Mr. Sean Breitzman and Jeff Stabnow, with the enshrinement of acknowledging the 2022 Northwest Racing Series Season 9 Truck Champion, Mr. Tyler King, and Truck 21. Sean Breitzman, I will let you go first, my friend.
Again, Tyler, big congratulations to you and the team. It's quite an achievement. You guys have been here a long time, and just happy to pass this crown for season 9 as we move to season 10. So congratulations on your championship, and I'll hand it over to Jeff.
Jeff Stabnow with also words to the champion of Tyler King in number 21. Jeff.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, congratulations, man. It is tough to win a championship in this league. We race about 9 months out of the year. It's a long season. Those 32 races take forever. There's ebbs, there's flows. People get good. People, get hot, cold. And, you guys on Beaver State, you maintained it. I think you guys were pretty much the class of the field just about any Thursday night in the truck races this series. It could have gone to any one of you guys. And congratulations to you, Tyler, for pulling this off. Fantastic season. Like you said, the model of consistency. And, I just wanted to say to all of the Final Four, what great sports. As Wesley said, the truck race is always a night race, the final one of the year, and usually the cup race is a day race. We got it backwards on the schedule. Schedule was printed wrong, but we set the races up, and these guys have been practicing for a day race all for a couple of weeks, and we gave them the option. We'd flip it over to a day race, but they all said, "To heck with it. We're here to race. Let's just go with what's up on the session." And they all went for it. And Tyler came out on top. So congratulations to you, Tyler.
Yeah, thank you, Sean. Thank you, Jeff. Iron sharpens iron. We got to race against you guys every week. So we got pretty dang good. Thank you for everything you guys do. Without you guys, we have no show. Thanks to Wesley, Charles, everybody at LSRTV. I love our booth right now. I hope we stick together next year. It's a lot of fun to watch these races after.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the 2022 Northwest Racing Series Truck Series champion in Season 9, Tyler King. And Jeff, I've got to ask you a couple of questions before we do part ways. We'll let Charles also throw some things in here, and then we'll take a quick break and bring all of our crew in for a final bon voyage. Man, what's your take of the season, of what we've had, what we've done, where we've come from? And, man, to think that we would be in a broadcast booth at a real racetrack at a marquee NASCAR late model event to close out the Northwest Pacific Northwest season as we move into a decade and with so many other great things to come. The sky's the limit. It's been a hell of a ride for 3 years being a part with you on this ship, Jeff and Sean.
Yeah, my take is it's kind of funny how things work out. We've I don't even think a lot of these guys even realize, that we're on radio, down there in North Carolina with you, every week. I mean, most of us are up in the Northwest, and we're on your radio show. You're calling play-by-play on the radio at the same time. So I think that's a little surreal to think about, and then the finish line and your involvement here with the big race down here in Florence and Dale Jr. racing in it and all that stuff, and you and Terry down there coordinating events and putting on the shows, the Pill Draw show. I think you had 2 live shows today. Did some interviews that were just fantastic, and now you guys are calling the race, from up there in the booth there at the track. I mean, it's like you said, man, it's just kind of surreal. It's how great is it? Doesn't get better than this. Maybe it does, but what a lot of fun this whole ride's been this season.
Looking forward to what happens in 2023. Charles, you got anything you want to throw out there, brother? Always enjoy working with you. The man behind the scenes, our voice in our ear. Sometimes Terry wants to
annoying
strangle
voice
you.
in my ear.
The annoying voice. I love you, Charles. We couldn't do it without you, brother. Always fun working with you, my friend. 3 years, 4 years. Next year we work together.
The only regret I have this year is that we didn't bring Terry in sooner so I could be that annoying voice in his ear all season instead of just half of it.
You were in my ear on another channel.
Well, that's true. We'll go with that one. But, it's, again, 10th season coming up next season. I've already allotted a budget of like $10,000 or something like that, whatever I can spend. I have a lot of plans, a lot of things that I want to do, and definitely looking forward to it and seeing how much credit I can rack up.
Thank you, Jeff Stabnow. Thank you, Sean Brightsman. Thank you, Charles Wooten. We will take a quick break, and all of our crew from Homestead, from Florence, Jason in New Jersey, we'll wrap things up on the banner of the season and the championship, where Caden Anderson wins the battle of the race, and the win, the championship, the war, goes to Tyler King in 21. We'll wrap it up next when we return the Northwest Racing Series iRacing on LSRTV and the Community Radio Network.
Your CRN, my CRN, our CRN. We are CRN, the Community Radio Network now, and the new WCRN 87.9 FM. And still always anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. We are CRN. Welcome to the Community Radio Network. Follow us always via social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at CRN Sports. Plus, listen to the new CRN 87.9 and still anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. We are CRN.
This is our series,
So many different pieces that you have to watch out for.
where the stakes are always higher,
$300,000.
where virtual meets reality,
How bad do you want it? They're wasting no time getting at it.
where the best thrive and the flawless win. This is the eNASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series.
Hey, it's broadcast personality Wesley Outlet up topside at one of the great racetracks of the world, the Caraway Speedway. And I'd like to remind you to join us every Wednesday afternoon at 1 p.m. Eastern to 3 p.m. Eastern with coverage of Finish Line, where we talk to everybody from NASCAR to grassroots, like right here at Caraway Speedway. Carolina's Fox Sports Radio affiliates, iHeartRadio, and on the Community Radio Network at 87.5 FM. And remember, thanks to Live Sim Racing Productions, you can actually see the guest panel, ask their questions, get interactive with us with comments, and so much more in our chat box. Finish Line every Wednesday. Join us every week. Welcome back inside the press box at Florence Motor Speedway. The hype, the anticipation, the work is now over. Comes to an end. Mark, you popped in here about an hour and a half before we went live to see what it was we were all doing with all the bright lights and the announcer booth. Thought somebody was breaking in, and but no, Mark. In all seriousness, though, man. Hope you enjoyed the experience to see what it's like, and it was fun for sure.
I did. It was an absolute honor to get to do this. I mean, it was fun, and it's something else I can add to the resume, and something else I got to experience that. But it was fun. It's a lot went into it. I mean, that racing is just as intense as watching the real thing on TV. You know, I mean, it's intense.
I hate to
It's
do
intense.
this, but we're also coming up on the top of the hour, and then we will close off thoughts real quickly. We need to pause for 10 seconds of radio identification on the Community Radio Network. Proud to be the voice for To the Northwest Racing Series, and then we wrap things up in just a moment.
Community Radio Network, WCRN 87.9 FM, Clayton, Garner, Raleigh, North Carolina, USA. We are CRN.
On radio, they work. We're back here at the again Florence Motor Speedway. Again, thank you again to Mark Turner, Terry Radford. I'm Wesley Outlet. Fun times. Jason Rockefeller. So many great people. Thank you to Sean Brightsman, Jeff Stabnow, Charles Wooten, all the people here, whether they're in our ear, whether they're beside us. And again, Terry, this is, this man. I don't think I realized it until now that I get emotional thinking about it. This is pretty damn cool.
You finally get to feel what I felt for the past couple days.
I think it finally settles in as soon as it's coming to an end. I mean, this is pretty cool to be a part of what we've done.
You were like, this is just another show, and I'm like, I agree. It is just another show. It was just another sitting in a chair, right? It was just another sitting in a chair, putting a microphone on.
Yeah.
But look at what's over our shoulders. Look at what was over our shoulders when we went to the computer cam.
Yeah.
Flow Racing sitting back there behind us. We're telling everybody to go watch them tomorrow and Saturday for both races that are going to be here at this racetrack.
That's right.
We're sitting here just enjoying an awesome scenery. We have a NASCAR official sitting next to us calling a race.
Hey, I hope he don't get in trouble with Stephen Phelps on Monday.
Well, and he was an added addition. We didn't know we were going to get him. We didn't know what we were going to.
We'll be all right.
We didn't know what we were going to get when it came to doing finish line or walking up down the pit road here.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't let it affect you. But obviously, when you sit down and go, well, dang.
When you take it all,
what did we just do?
Yeah.
And this is going to be cool. This is an ambassador for iRacing, and I will tell you, I'll use this as a quick little promo. My final thoughts: 25% off renewals for 1 year and 2 years on iRacing, and 50% off if you're a brand new user. Also, let's scan this track.
Yes,
onto iRacing, so we can see this race as a crown jewel event on the NASCAR iRacing side.
Sure.
Maybe bring it in, but great race. Tyler King's your champ. I was wrong. You were right. Ha 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 ha.
We're going to get Jason Rockefeller's thoughts in just a few moments. But Mark, I want to say again, thank you, buddy. It's humbled and awesome to have you come up here. Yeah. You were coming up here, and we were just chatting and talking, and you were like, "Man, what are you doing? What is all this setup? What is all this production?"
It's a lot.
There's a lot of work that goes behind it, and I told Charles, and I told Jeff, and I told Sean, we want to make this look like a real TV production.
Yeah.
We're here. We're humbled. Thank you to Steve and Jacqueline Zacharias. And I know that
they're still partying.
I know it's 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here in South Carolina, and it's only 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock.
They're still
on the
they're
Pacific
still partying
West
and drinking
Coast.
over in the campers.
Yeah, I figure they are. They probably are. They're partying all night.
And Buc-ee's is open 24
yes,
hours,
sir.
right?
Yeah,
Yes,
Buc-ee's.
sir.
Yeah,
Buc-ee's is still
yeah,
open.
24 hour, okay.
But again, though, Mark, for you to be able to see what all this was like, what's your final takes of being a part of it, bro?
I mean, it's just awesome. I mean, just like I say, all the production, I mean, this is first class professional deal. I mean, no shortcuts. And then doing it as in we're watching the haulers coming in.
That's right.
And then
they got nowhere to park.
Yeah.
They got nowhere to park.
I mean, you heard the term sardines? Well, guess what?
He parked in the middle of that spot right yonder, and he almost took 2 other haulers out, and he's in the parking lot back there still.
Let's check in on New Jersey one more time. Jason Rockefeller, your take of this race. Awesome job for you. Also jumping out of your comfort zone, being able to work pit road and grabbing interviews and getting stories. Your take of the championship for Caden Anderson, the winner, and Tyler King, the champion, buddy.
Yeah. I'm going to try to make this as short as possible, but, I mean, congratulations to Caden. Been a phenomenal driver, won the very first race that I called with you, Wesley. I believe Terry was there, too.
Yeah.
Very first race I called here over at LSRTV, so congrats to him. Very good kid. congratulations to Tyler King on the championship. As for you guys, look at where you guys have ended up. Me and Terry came in here a few months ago, and look at where you guys are now. And Mark, thank you for joining us tonight. Awesome job for sure. Doing pit reporting, something different, something I was told last minute to do, and here I am. I tried the best I could. It was worth it. But seriously though, like in all honesty, and thank you to Jeff and Sean and everybody who from LSRTV who allows me to come out here and do this. This is something I've wanted to do for a very long time. And now that I'm here doing this, and the amount of people I've been opened up to, and the opportunities that have been presented to me, I couldn't be more thankful, especially what the Northwest Truck Series has done for me. And now that I'm pursuing this dream in college, someday hopefully I'll be there like you guys are sometime, at a real racetrack. But I seriously can't thank everybody else over at LSR TV enough. Cody, of course, Terry for helping me come on board, Wesley for being pretty much my mentor. You guys have meant so much to me. You guys are like family. So make me cry. But what a season, seriously. I really hope to be back next season. Yeah, seriously, it's this has been such a dream come true in a sense. Even if it's iRacing, it just goes to show you folks over at home, invest in iRacing. It's a blast. But overall, I'm so glad to be here, and what a season. I cannot wait for the next one.
25% off subscribers for 1 year and 2 year, 50% off. Your brand new subscribers. You can subscribe as long as you want. You heard him. Invest into iRacing. He said it, not I just throw the promo out there.
But you know what's so cool though, Mark, and we'll say this in closing again, and I'd love to get Charles' final goodbyes as well, because listen, it takes a team. And people can laugh at us, and sometimes people do. Listen, sometimes the negative comments we see in the chat box, people can hate. It is what it is, whatever it is. People, we love a lot of our fan base. We thank you so much. We do this for you. But I will say this, though. You build a lot of relationships with people, Mark. Me and you, we travel all over the country. And I think since the pandemic in 2020, we've also showed that you can build a lot of friendships with people that you don't even know until you finally meet them face to face.
With the handgun in the hotel room.
Literally somebody that you never met in person, like him and I, you literally work together besides the handgun entering the hotel room. That scared the hell out of me last night.
Boots and a gun, baby.
But to be able to work with each other and mesh with each other and do the ideas and the things that we have. I call Charles my brother from another mother.
Yeah, and
he's all the way in Texas, and I never laid eyes on him, but I know if he ever needed me in a heartbeat or vice versa, he'd be there. No, hands down. The friendships we build are amazing, Mark.
First time we met yesterday, we were 3 minutes from a broadcast.
Yeah.
Yesterday. I walked in, loaded gun, threw it on the bed, went to the bathroom, come in there, called a race, put a headset on, called a race with him. For the first time, side by side. Never met him, didn't even have a conversation. We shook hands on the broadcast for the first time. Had no clue who each other were.
He opened the door, Mark.
Gun.
And the first thing I saw was a handgun. So I'm like, what the hell are you?
Well, I wore my Tennessee orange just so he knew who I was.
Hey, Charles, your final take of things, brother. It's always great working with you. I love you, man. People can say, oh, he's getting machine. I love you, brother. I love you, Charles. It's amazing what we've done today. It's amazing what we're going to do this weekend. It's amazing what we're going to do for the future for the 10th season of the Northwest Racing Series trucks. And then, of course, a decade coming up for iRacing on LSR TV. It's all because of people like you.
Yeah, hey, let's be honest, this has been a long time coming. I could probably buy the motor out of one of them cars with the amount of equipment I have in the studio right now to put this all on. So it's been a long time coming. Jeff stepped up. See
my production. No, I'm
playing. But yeah, it's
you got me beat.
9 seasons. We're going on the 10th one. I'm looking forward to all the new production stuff I have planned in my head. We'll make it a reality for season 10. Obviously, I want the same crew on there. Some people maybe not so much, but whatever. That's their opinion. That saltiness just makes me want to go eat some ramen noodles. But anyway, I digress.
Late night, Terry's
yes.
house.
Let's get some
Makes
water.
me want to go drink some Peach Crown.
Shut up.
Well, there you go. I mean, technically, we do say that when we mark these races, we put them not safe for kids. So I guess that qualifies under Peach Crown. So
I'm not going to lie to you. When we go off the air, I've been wide open since probably 10 o'clock this morning.
We need this.
I am going to have an adult beverage.
I
will
will
knock my ass out at a hotel and get up and do it all over again tomorrow, Mark.
I
Turner,
will.
right?
I will
Terry,
say
right?
that I love you to the annoying voice in my ear. I love you, annoying voice that comes in my headset and tries to throw us off.
And this is what people don't realize, Mark, and you know this. The broadcast that we do, real broadcast, you have somebody in your ear. You have people talking to you. Sometimes you have 2 or 3 people talking to you. But we only have one, and we make it work.
And he talks
it's
a
fun,
lot.
for sure. Jason,
Hey.
your final take, brother. We're going to get off here, man. But Charles, we love you, brother. We couldn't do this without you, hands down. You and Jeff and Sean and everybody. We got some really great things to come for sure.
Yeah, I mean, what a great night, for us over here at LSRTV. What a great night for Northwest. What a great night for myself, for all you guys, over there in Florence this weekend. That must be an effing blast, I will say. I can only imagine what it would be, I mean, but seriously, though, congrats to Caden on the win. Yeah, that was PGG right there.
Close.
But congrats to Caden Anderson on the win. Congrats to Tyler King on his championship. Everybody at Northwest, everybody at LSRTV, iRacing, Terry, the promoter for iRacing. Real quick, make sure to go to my Twitter, JROCK_912. Got the Toys for Tots shootout coming up. Signups end next Friday, so go sign up. $10 to enter for a good cause, all to go to my local Toys for Tots charity. Come out and race. Look at the details, all right there on my Twitter handle. Should be a blast. But overall, great season.
And Jason, by the way, I'm extending the olive branch, my friend. I checked my schedule. I think I might be able to join you on that Saturday, December 4th, if you still want me to work in the booth with you.
And you can't do that,
man,
without subscribing to iRacing.
I'm going to strangle you.
God.
50% off brand new people.
For the holidays, by the way.
That's right.
Hey, listen, everybody, on behalf of all of our crew, there's so many people. There's so many people that we worked in the past, the present, for the future. It's been an honor being able to do this for you here at Florence Motor Speedway. I want to say thank you to NASCAR. Thank you to Flow Racing, of course, for letting us use their setup, their studio. Steve Zacharias, Jacqueline Zacharias, the promoters. Thank you, of course, to everybody. Thank you to Florence Motor Speedway. The fans come out here, support this race. This is going to be really, really big. Mark Turner, thank you for what you do in ARCA and NASCAR. Of course, it's been a fun time for Jeff Stabnow, Charles Wooten, Sean Brightsman, the Northwest Racing Series, everybody at Rocket Racing Media, iRacing on LSRTV, the Community Radio Network, for Jason Rockefeller, for Terry Radford. I am Wesley Outland. God bless you all. Have a great, happy Thanksgiving, a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, a Happy Kwanzaa, a Hanukkah, a Feliz Navidad, everything that you love. And we'll see you back here for the 10th season of the Northwest Racing Series trucks in 2023. And don't forget, we got a cup title to decide on Monday. We got to show you the track one more time. Good night from Florence Motor Speedway in South Carolina to the virtual Homestead Miami Speedway. And we hope you've enjoyed what has been a monumental night for the virtual iRacing world of the Pacific Northwest. Caden Anderson, the winner at Homestead, and the champion goes to Tyler King in 21. Take care. We'll see you next year.